Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is a Monday, October 9th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. I am OGP, going to be hanging out with you for a couple hours tonight, maybe longer, who knows? We shall see. But, boy, there's a lot to talk about tonight. We've got a couple special guests coming on that I'm very much looking forward to. Maybe there may be a hint of one of them by the scroll at the bottom of the screen here. But we'll say hello to everybody in just a moment. But I do want to dive right into a few things that are very, very exciting coming up this week in the world of movies and media. And that is why we're here. That's what we do. And we got to get to it. There's some interesting stuff here. First of all, I just went out and saw The Exorcist Believer this past weekend. I was not a believer, but after seeing it, I'm a believer. And was it the greatest movie ever? No. Did it have issues? Yes. But it was not as bad as everybody, well, a lot of people are saying. And I'm curious. I'm wondering, do you all think, is it just becoming trendy to hate movies? Or is there, everybody I've seen complain, and some guy had like a couple 100,000 subscribers, 50,000 views on his video, and he's like, oh, this movie's unwatchable. All these problems, it's just unwatchable. And he bitched about it for 20 minutes, but he didn't give me anything solid about the movie aside from that he didn't like the story. This is the way I look at movies. Especially if we have a franchise. We can take the movie before, or we could take, the foundation, what we're expecting, and we can say, this is what I kind of expect. But if we know, or if we say, well, this is the way this movie should happen, why go watch it? And two, it's not your movie, it's their movie. And so it's entirely up to them how they want to write that story and how that story plays out. And you can like it or you cannot like it, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. So to sit here and say, oh, this movie it failed because this person should do this or should do that or whatever, that's your opinion. We all have our opinions, and that's the beauty of this. We all have the right to decide what we want to believe and what we like. It's art, just like a painting on the wall. Do we like it? Do we not? How do we interpret it? It's all up to us. But anyways, I don't hate this movie. There are some things I could nitpick about it, but all in all, it wasn't that bad. I did have a review posted just a couple days ago that you can all go check out if you'd like, or maybe even yesterday morning. So it's up there. It's on the video on the channel here if you want to go see my review on that, like 13 minutes long, not too long. And Saw X, have you all seen Saw X yet? Hopefully you have. A little bit later in the show, we may be talking about Saw X in detail a little bit more, but we shall see. We shall see. So two epics in the theaters right now if you want to go see, and also The Nun 2 still out there if you haven't seen that yet. I've been happy. 3 in a row, I've been happy at the movies. It's very good. Coming up this week, we don't really get blockbusters because of good old Taylor Swift kind of bogarting her way into the theaters. And I think, well, we know The Exorcist was moved up to avoid her. And I just think no other movies in their right mind want to compete with that. They just know people aren't going to want to go to the theater to compete with these crowds. And the big screens are going to be taken up by the Taylor Swift crowd. So this weekend, specifically on October 13th on Friday, get ready to have a crazy movie experience if you do go to the theater that particular day. But we do have in theaters this weekend, and here's the thing. I saw all these on Fandango. Whether that means they're actually going to be in a theater, where you live or not, I don't know. But they will be in theaters somewhere and or pretty quickly to streaming or whatever. But 15 cameras. This is like a sequel to 13 cameras and 14 cameras. Kind of crazy, creepy, eerie films that'll make you think twice about staying in hotels or Airbnbs and things like that. Definitely one that I'll watch when it comes out on streaming or something, when I can watch it for free. But I don't know that I've ever seen 13, or I've seen 14, but 13, I seem to remember that one being pretty good. It's been a while since I've seen it though. But then we also have Dark Harvest, and this looks fun. It's about this town that has to kill this character, Sawtooth Jack, by midnight to save their town. I guess he's gonna like kill all their crops or whatever. Looking at the trailer for this, it looks fun. Does it look like it's probably gonna have some issues or whatever? Yes, but it looks fun, and it is a very, very Halloween, October kind of feel. So Dark Harvest looks fun. And then Dear David. Now, Dear David is kind of interesting because the top build cast is Justin Long. We love Justin Long, Jeepers Creepers, and all kinds of different things. But watching the trailer, I didn't see Justin Long in the trailer at all. So I don't know. It's like a guy does something online and then is haunted by a ghost of maybe a kid he cyberbullied or something. I'm not really sure. It looks okay, but it has Justin Long in it, so it's worth checking out. But again, I didn't see Justin Long, so I don't know. And then Herd, H-E-R-D, Herd, as in like a herd of cattle or a herd of zombies. This one actually, this looks pretty fun. This is probably my the most intriguing movie to me this weekend coming up, because this stars Corbin Burnson, who we know from The Dentist, and Timothy Murphy, who played Galen O'Shea on Sons of Anarchy. And both of those guys have been in tons and tons of things. But this is a zombie movie. A lot of elements kind of like Walking Dead, where you have different populations, different groups of people that are fighting with each other while dealing with like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. But it looks fun. If you watch the trailer for any one of these movies, they look pretty fun. So they're not blockbusters. They're not going to blow your doors off like Saw X, but I think there is some fun to be had with these 4 movies this weekend. And then I see we got a million comments here. I'll get to them in just a second, everybody. But a couple TV shows I want to mention coming out this week. Frasier returns, and this is interesting. If you were ever a fan of the TV show Frasier, it took place in Seattle, and we all remember that character was originally created for the show Cheers. And then when the Frasier TV show was on, it was in Seattle, not Boston. Now Frasier's coming back, and I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. Frasier is coming back, and it is taking place back in Boston again. So I love that. I love that. I love Boston. I love Frasier. Hopefully we'll get maybe some cameos from some of the other Cheers cast members. We'll see. But Frasier, yeah, comes out Thursday. If I remember right, that's on Paramount. And then this is really exciting. John Carpenter has a show called John Carpenter's Suburban Screams that will be coming out Friday. John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. And I think it's kind of maybe people telling stories about things that they really or supposedly experienced. So that should be very interesting. Anything with John Carpenter tied to it should be a lot of fun. But we shall see. We shall see. Boy, there's a lot of comments. I hope we're not getting spammed or blown up. Low mic again? Well, that's about all I can do on the mic. How's that? Is that better? Are we better? Can you turn up the volume? Man. Boy, that's the second time lately. What's up with my audio? My audio's showing fine over here. Yep. Sorry. Missed the chat. Low mic. Volume is very... Wow. Okay. My volume is literally turned all the way up. Let me switch microphones here. Oh, that didn't work. That was camera. How's that? How's that? Can everybody hear me now? But the volume is literally, I got the volume literally all the way up. This might have to exit out and start over. Let me know now if you would. How's that volume? No wonder there's so many comments. Yes, better. Okay, good. Crazy. So weird. Okay. Well, here we go. So could you hear me at all during that? Could you hear me at all when we were talking or when I was talking? Or should I start over? What are your thoughts? That's a bummer. I hate when that happens. And I don't really have any solid way of testing it. I wish I did, but I just don't. Sound was low, but now it's better. Were you able to hear, like, if you turned it all the way up? We heard you, but really low volume. Okay. Well, so I'm going to carry on. We'll recap everything later. Okay, cool. If you missed anything, we'll recap it later. But Tiki could hear the whole time. Okay, cool. Good. Glad to hear it. So then we got to talk about physical media. And so Balzer heard me fine the entire time. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. So Pumpkinhead, we get a 4K release of Pumpkinhead this week. It's going to be $30 on Amazon. I don't have slides for these, like no pictures right now. Sorry for any of the physical media. But Pumpkinhead, you get a 4K release, $30 on Amazon. There is a Best Buy Steelbook exclusive that is $35. So I would probably go with that. There's also a Shout Factory limited edition box with a poster and some other things that's $140. I don't know about spending $140 for one movie with posters and stuff. I love the posters, but I don't know about spending that kind of money for one movie, even though I love Pumpkinhead. Megan is coming in on 4K for $22 on Amazon. A Bronx Tale, which I love. Great movie. Bronx Tale, $35 on Amazon. The Boogeyman, the 2023 Boogeyman. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. $20 on Amazon. Friday the 13th is getting a 4K release this week. $26 on Amazon. The Halloween trilogy is getting a Best Buy exclusive for $78. I'm not sure why. You can already get the Halloween trilogy for I don't know. It was like $40-something for that 4K. But there's going to be a box set you can buy. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey's coming out on 4K. Jeepers Creepers Reborn coming out on 4K. And then Videodrome, Criterion getting a 4K release. And that's really it. So in the way of physical media, there are some other things. But not really horror movie noteworthy. But anyways, everybody, we have some very exciting guests coming in this evening. And so let me hold off on saying hello to everybody for just a moment, because I do want to introduce a couple of them right now. This is going to be a lot of fun. And we know when folks come, we usually get a doorbell ring, but not with these fellows. With these fellows, we get a toilet flushing. That's what happens with these guys right here. So let me introduce to you all a couple guys who I got to meet in person for the first time not too long ago. But the folks behind an amazing, I don't know what you call 5 movies now, but we've got the Death Toilet franchise folks right here. Mike and Evan, how are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Awesome.
Nice.
I gotta ask, you mentioned something about a Videodrome getting 4K or from the Criterion?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is, like, I love that. Come on. Oh gosh. Cronenberg. That's just amazing.
Yeah, no, we are. It's crazy because places like Target and even my Walmart's getting a remodel, and their movie section, the physical media, is really going away. But there is a very hardcore, diehard fan base for physical media, and so having companies like Criterion and Arrow Video and Shout Factory and Severin and Vinegar Syndrome, it's really nice. They're bringing us some great stuff. Now I have to ask you, is that and Hidini? How do you pronounce your film company there?
It's Anhedonia Films. That's what it started off as, and it's actually a mistake. It was supposed to be Anhedonia Films, but I read it wrong. And
Okay.
I think Mike, because Mike and I have been Mike and I have been together like best pals since like '92. So
Nice.
Mike was there in '95 when I said, I think I'm going to do this thing. And then I remember when I told him, I think I spelled it wrong. He said, dude, then no one can ever have the same name. You're fine.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome. I got to say, it was a blast meeting you guys. I loved what you did at Creep I.E. there with the setup and taking pictures with everybody. So much fun. And boy, so you have the 5th movie out. And I was looking on Tubi last night, and I saw the first 4. But Death Toilet Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, which is out now, which you gentlemen hooked me up. I got even the toilet signed it, so that was epic. But where is this available for folks to stream online? Where, let's talk about, before we talk about whatever, but let's get the laundry cleaning out of the way here. Where can we get Death Toilet Invasion of the Potty Snatchers?
First and foremost, DVDs are at deathtoilet.com. We've got a little merch store there that's got t-shirts as well as and then also for SRS Cinema, DVD, and that's pretty much where it's living right now.
Okay.
We've got 2 screenings set up, one in Mesa, Arizona, in the Atomic Monster Weekend. That's
nice.
For 27/29, and then also at the Gardner Cinema as a double feature with the Greasy Strangler on November 11th.
That is cool. What an epic double feature right there. I've got my Greasy Strangler picture on the wall. And it's funny, before I saw that movie for the first time, a buddy of mine says, you got to see this movie. You got to see this movie. It's absolutely berserk. And so I watched it, and then we were sitting there talking, and we were like, the Greasy Strangler, either it's the worst movie of all time or the greatest movie of all time. It's nowhere in between. It's one or the other. And it is absolutely hysterical. Michael St. Michael's is absolutely just kills me. And he was nice enough. I got a video with him. So we get a little clip of him at the beginning of every one of my live streams. He's just a great dude. So I'm excited for you guys. That's got to be an absolute blast that night. And I wish I lived a little bit closer to where I could get out there, but I'm all the way out here kind of close to Palm Springs. So a little bit of a drive for me, but that's exciting. So 2 different events coming up where people can check you guys out. I did put down below, there is, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it will be available to stream on Tubi at some point and in other places. It's just, Mike, it's only been out, what, like a month? Like,
yeah, it came out right before we did the Creep I.E. event. Like literally, we got them. So it's really just been on site where we sold them in person and then through the website, and now it's going through the channels.
Nice. We've got somebody at the door here. We got somebody at the door who would love to say hi to you two gentlemen, and this is really cool. I love this lady right here. Mel, what's up?
Hi.
Look at the beanie.
Oh, you like it?
Yes.
There's a really strong echo going on right now.
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not getting it on my end, Mel.
Okay.
I noticed that as well, and I was nervous that it was me, but then I tried to adjust, but I just always assume it's my fault. If something's wrong, it's my fault.
It's okay. I can't stay on long, but I just wanted to pop on and say hi.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Somebody from your marketing team actually sent me the hat because
that was my wife. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I wear it a lot.
Oh, great.
So I didn't really have anything prepared. I just wanted to pop on and say hi because this is really cool.
Oh, awesome.
Well, thank you. I want to thank you because when they reviewed Death Toilet, you seemed, correct me if I'm wrong, you seemed to really like you understood these guys weren't taking themselves too seriously, whereas I'm sure that the others did, but you really seem to do that as well as you, notorious OGP.
Yeah, for sure. I think me and OGP were the ones that kind of liked it, and we understood that it was all for fun, and that was part of the most entertaining part about it was how far were you willing to go?
Defending our honor.
Yes.
For sure. I'm always defending the honor of Death Toilet.
Thank you.
I love a good movie that will make me laugh and also entertain me, and it doesn't really matter anything else. So that's what I got out of these movies.
Well, you know, I just watched Invasion of the Potty Snatchers last night. Like I failed. It took me forever because I did get the link. Now, Mel, did you get that link, or did you ever get to see Invasion of the Potty Snatchers yet?
I haven't got to watch it yet, but I plan on watching it for sure.
Okay. I think we saw the first two for The Voyage, and then I've seen this one now. And this one, by far, I laughed the most, like by far with this one. It was
well, now
great.
I'm really excited.
Yes. This is awesome that you're here, because I have something. I put together a little something. I wanted to pitch an idea for another, somewhere down the line, another Death Toilet movie. I got a little pitch for you here, okay?
All right.
So check this out. So, well, watch this. I'm going to put something up on the screen for a second. Here we go. Check it out.
After suffering a major blow from the colon of Brett Baxter, Pottymouth has taken refuge in the bowels of Browntown. Now, after several months of regular movements above, Pottymouth has conjured his powers to silence the world's farts. Can Brett Baxter find and deploy the enema before Pottymouth's army of fuming prairie dogs help him finally take his spot on the Twilight Throne?
The Twilight Throne. How about that? You got to get the Twilight Throne in there at some point in this franchise. It's got to happen.
We have a list for the next 5.
That's at the top now. That's at the top.
Wow.
Well, the 5 are there with like a sentence, like between 3 and 4 sentences of like, this is what this is going to be, and this is what this is going to be, and of course,
nice.
they're going to over time. But if I think of a name that's like not good enough for the list, but good enough to send to Evan, like this would be funny. That is a great parody name that we've never thought of. That's amazing.
I love it as well. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why it came to me. I saw something about the Twilight Zone, and I was like, what about the Twilight Throne?
Well, we both collectively love shows from that era, and we love the Twilight Zone. We painted a room in my house, and we put on the antenna, and we had old TV going all day, and we were in heaven.
Nice.
So you are in the pocket for what we would want to do.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, it came to my mind. I was like, I'm going to have a little fun and throw something out. Hopefully you guys get a laugh.
I love that you made that. Like, I love that.
OGP is really creative.
I try to have a little fun. It just try to liven it up a little bit. I could have just read it to you, but I was like, no, I'm going to do this. We're going to throw this together.
Production. That was a
That's amazing.
That was like more production than I put in the first 2 or 3 Death Toilets, so I'm super duper impressed.
Oh boy. Well, I do dabble in filmmaking a little bit myself, and so something like that is fairly straightforward, fairly simple. It didn't take me long, but it was a blast. I had some fun doing it, and got me all pumped up and excited for hanging out with you all.
Cool.
Which,
Okay.
Well, I was just going to say, I noticed because you showed up at CreepyCon with that camera and you had the Rode mic. At some point, because I have the same setup, and I was talking with Mike about it this past Saturday, I'm just finding I don't know, I would think the audio quality with that mic would be better. Either way, can I hit you privately and just ask you some questions about your setup? Because our setups look like they're the same.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. No. I'm whether you're, emailing me or messaging me on, Instagram or whatever. But we'll chat off air a little bit, and all that. But yeah, love to. And if you ever need cameos in a future Death Toilet, I'm sure Mel and I would be more than happy to try and accommodate.
Bishop Buttocks. I mean, come on, we need you.
Yeah. Well, and I am an ordained minister in the Church of the Dude. I don't know that would work, but okay.
Mike,
yeah.
Mike isn't going to have any problem working that in. I don't think.
Oh my goodness. How many more installments of the franchise do you plan on making? Just as many as you have ideas?
How many years do we have left?
Yeah. I mean, after 4, and we did Amityville Death Toilet. I was talking to Evan. We talked together, and it was like, maybe you should, meaning me, should start directing these. And Evan is always doing something, so he was busy enough. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give this a shot. And previously, I had told Evan we were on a schedule to do 1 a year. So every March, April, we would shoot, and then comes March, April, and I was telling him we need to get on 2 a year. We got to get on the schedule.
Wow.
And then I take over and do
That's
part
what
5.
I said.
I do part 5, and it takes 2 years or more than 2 years, and so it's kind of like 2 a year is kind of a bit much, but
wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, so you filmed the first one in 4 hours.
In 4 hours? That's amazing.
Can I tell you guys a story? Isaac, may God rest his soul, he got a job that started that day, and he had to be done by a certain time. So I said to Mike, okay, dude, we have to prepare to do this with him. And then there was also, and Mike remembers this, there was also an alternative treatment that we went off of, because contrary to popular belief, there's actually a little bit written down before we shoot these things that actually didn't have his character in it. So had Isaac totally not done it, it was going to be all Mike battling toilets. But thankfully, we were able to have him do it and get to work on time. But yeah.
I love it. That's amazing.
And then 2, I think we did it in 6 hours. But yeah, we went over a little bit.
I mean, well, you got to be careful. You got to stick to your budgets here. You got to watch. You can't run over.
I don't want to get fired.
yeah, exactly. So so I got to know. I've been curious. So you made the first one that quick. Who contacted who and said Death Toilet, or where did the idea come from? It just seems so random that a toilet, and I know there's crazy movies out there. There are some, a death or House Shark and things like that, all kinds of crazy stuff. Who came up with the idea? Where to come from?
Mike and I think 1992, we were talking about movies, and I forget how it came up, because we made a short called Hard Corpse, and then we wanted to do one called Tomb Up, bring your car in for a tune-up, but no, you're going to die, so it's a tomb up. And then out of these talks is what brought us. We were talking, I said, I don't know, what if we did Death Toilet? And then we would always joke, we would always talk about making a movie, and Death Toilet was this mythic thing. And then one day I just said to Mike, dude, because we'd made other movies, and I said, look, we can do this. We can edit it. It's totally doable, but we've got to just do it, and we've got to do it quick, just because, and you guys know, the longer this stuff just becomes something that you talk about, it becomes just something that you talk about. So
yes.
Yep.
We just did
it. Yeah, we've been talking about getting back to the voyage to the bottom of the barrel forever and ever and ever now. Yeah, but it doesn't work. Yep. We all have busy schedules and stuff. But
Amityville is going to be my next review. Amityville, that's what. I was going to make them let me.
Yes. Well, so we'd have at least out of the five of us, we'd have at least 2 yes votes on that. We would just need one other. We would need one more. But
who do we need to bribe? Who do we need to get to?
Right.
Let's send some emails.
Well, so the toughest one would have been Master Chaos, but after he saw my video from Creep I.E, he has really kind of come around on the Death Toilet franchise. I don't know that he's on
It's
board
all
yet.
Mike. It's all Mike. It's nothing to do with me. It's all Mike.
But with him, I mean, so he just released a movie starring Doug Bradley, that he directed. So he's like, I don't want to call him a film snob, but he definitely can be snobby towards some of these lower, ultra low budget movies. I would say that. But I love Master Chaos. He is an absolute amazing human being. Love him and his family and everything. So I kid with him, but he would have been
him
a
to
tough
come
one.
around.
Yeah. I think, I really think Tony is the one that we could have gotten next, because, Bullet gets set in his ways and that would have been tough, but we'll see. We'll see if we ever get it going. You got my vote, Mel.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's going to happen. Eventually I'm going to make the crew review all the movies. So just prepare yourselves. It's going to happen.
Well,
I do got to pop off.
Okay.
But thank you so much, OGP, for letting me jump on and say hello to these fellas. Like, this was super exciting. I had no idea this was going to happen tonight. So
Yeah, no.
I was like, where's my hat?
Yeah, and anytime, Mel, it's always a privilege, an honor to hang out with you. And
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you guys. I hope we get to speak again sometime.
For sure. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, see you.
See you, Mel. How cool was that, man? Yeah, her and I were the two on Team Death Toilet on our panel show there. So I had mentioned to her a while back that I was going to try and talk to you guys and do a panel. And I just originally kind of thought about, well, just doing a live show and inviting you guys on, just randomly or whatever. But then I'm live every Monday. And so I thought, this might work out a little bit better if we do it this way here. So anyways, yeah, no, I'll tell you what, I don't know that you spared any expense with the poop jokes or the fart jokes in this.
Or literally spared no
I mean, even things like the pooligans, like any way you could get anything in there, it was hysterical. Absolutely loved it. And and that's where I think, like with the first one, when we watched in that panel show, there are a lot of movies that we watched, or those of us that entertain low budget indie film, you see movies where they don't know to stay in their lane. They kind of think they're, I'm gonna make I'm gonna be the next Stanley Kubrick or something, and no, you're not really. With you're going out spending maybe $200 or $300 total to make your movie on different props or whatever. It's not going to be that. So stay in your lane, have some fun, embrace it, and go with it. And if it's goofy or cheesy, as long as the audience knows that you understand that, it's going to be fun.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree.
If you want to see Mike in another sterling performance out of the Death Toilet world, but there's going to be a sequel to this, you might enjoy, and we can get it to you, you might enjoy the Cojones virus and what he does in Amityville Backpack, which is coming out from SRS Cinema, is I'm not just saying this just because he's here. He is pretty damn awesome in it. So
nice. Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh, I'd love to see him. That's hilarious. I'll definitely we will hook you up. You're not gonna have to let's just say you will not have to look far or go searching for any of our movies. Okay, right on. That's cool.
It's not gonna be work.
Nice. Okay, right on. And so I was mentioning everybody, I put a link to follow you guys on Instagram down below. So, and then on your Instagram, you have I think a link tree or something there where they can get all the websites. to everywhere everybody needs to go to get the merch and the movies and stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
For
Seriously,
sure.
thank you. Because it's literally stuff like this that, like, I mean, Mike and I started off making films, and like the first films that we made, believe it or not, were like very serious. Like there was like a romantic comedy. There was like I'm not even kidding. And like, but I think we always kind of, yeah, right. But we always wanted to be, I think, in this world. And then once we kind of embrace that, like I'm just saying, you guys are the people that keep it going and that keep it alive and that allow movies like ours to find audiences. So thank you very, very much for, embracing the toilet.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah. You know what? And like I said, I've only seen 3 of the 5 so far. So I have to get back. I haven't seen Amityville and Brown Snakes on a Plane, right? Is that the other one? So yeah. I need to see those 2 still. So I'll get around to them. They're, and they're easily accessible. Anybody looking for them, just go on Tubi, and just type in Death Toilet, and you'll find them there. Yeah. So you've got the 2 events coming up. Anything planned after that, or what do we have to look forward to a little bit further down the road?
Well, we are actually writing a script for the next one, which we have never done before. All of the movies have been a loose script with a couple, or not even a script. I mean, literally a sheet or 2 of paper with scene needs to include, point A to point B. Everything else is whatever you make of it. And the outlines have gotten bigger over time. And with Brown Snakes on a Plane, it was kind of like maybe 5 or 6 pages, And so it's grown over time. And with Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, like I was trying to really cram a lot of stuff in, and we had rented a studio that was hourly. And so when you get a bunch of guys who don't know improv but are kind of doing improv and watching the clock, and you're trying to get a bunch of stuff done, but you're saying different stuff every time, and you're trying to I see something takes ago, and so we really kind of ran into a lot of I guess hurdles. It wasn't like a roadblock, but I think when we did, the voiceovers were great, because the voiceovers we got to write out. In this transition, there's a driving scene and there's a guy listening to the radio. Okay, we're going to just cram in a bunch of jokes, and he's got to say, whatever pertains to the story that goes, with the part we're narrating. But the next one is going to be a lot like 5 in a way, as far as budgeting, and it's going to have a couple locations, maybe a couple more people, but the people we had playing the nurse and the doctor had never acted in anything.
Oh, nice.
I really just told them, okay, hey, I'm coming on a journey and you're assessing me, and go with it. And they were kind of like, and I mean, they did so great that I'm glad I didn't coach them, because they did better than what I would have told them to do.
Yeah, well, and just them being kind of natural on their own rather than trying to remember what to say, I think probably made it fun too. But that was I was absolutely rolling. I was like, did he say fartiac arrest? and then he's having a fart attack. I was like, oh no, he said fartiac arrest. Great, funny stuff. Very, very funny stuff. But that's awesome, man. And thank you guys again for hooking it up with this and getting the autographs on it. I have a little area over here where I keep all my autograph movies, and it's definitely has its home up there. So that was awesome of you guys. But any other conventions or anything else planned right now, or just the two events and working on the new movie?
The screening in Gardena is just a screening and like a meet and greet, and the cast of the Greasy Strangler is going to be there.
Nice.
So there's going to be like a kind of open, sort of mini convention, I guess, meet and greet. And then in Arizona at the Atomic Monster weekend, we're basically doing a booth just like we did at Creep I.E.
Okay.
We're going to be there in costume some of the days, meeting and greeting and hanging out with everybody. And then there is the screening also on Saturday.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's awesome. And it has been an honor to have you guys on. It's been a lot of fun, and I don't want to keep you all night. And I'm sure I've got other things I got to get to and talk to some of these folks here in the chat room before they get too mad at me. But man, it's an absolute laugh. Anybody who hasn't seen any of these death toilets, give them a shot. And understand when you go in, you're not expecting a Star Wars budget. You're expecting a couple guys having fun. And what? I do want to mention
is going to go to space at some point. So
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, if Friday the 13th can go to space, so can Death Toilet.
Maybe the Twilight Throne is where we go into space.
That's where I thought you were going with the Twilight Throne, to be honest. I was like, oh, you're going to space.
We could build a spaceship in your garage, Evan.
No, but not my garage. Not my garage. Certainly not the pool.
Oh man, you know what? And I did when watching Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, I loved how the girl at the bar who was, and is that Mike? Is that your wife?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so she started out as Darcy, and then it was like every different name under the sun. You just kept calling her different names. Yeah, that was hilarious. And to me, that's funny because the name Brett Baxter does not match the name on the camo blouse there. So that was absolutely hilarious. I loved how the names just kept changing there, but that was great. That was great. The little things. See, and this is where I can tell whether or not you really put a lot of time into it, or whatever went into it. The idea, you guys took the time to write or to come up with some funny jokes. Either that, or if these are just all on the spot, that's hysterical. And you guys are brilliant, because this stuff, that all the different, fart jokes or poo jokes or anything like that, just hilarious. I'm sitting here thinking, if I had to think of, 10 different like fart jokes or something, I don't know that I could, but for every scene to have something in there was just hilarious. So
yeah, we tried to, anytime it wasn't forced, we were like, okay, this is the scenario, we'll pepper a few things in here. And like the one scene where I'm being resuscitated and they're giving me the chest paddles on the butt, like, yeah, I knew that joke needed to be short and sweet, so like we didn't drag on for too long of a time. So like I kind of with some sort of thought tried to like place things to where they're kind of zingers and didn't really, hey, let's do this big poop joke, just to kind of be like it's natural in Brownsville. This is just the things that are happening.
Yes, 100%. Oh well, it's hilarious. And so we do need to jump into some other things, so I'm going to let you guys go. But I want to play you out with a song, and while we do this, anything else you guys want to let everybody know? But here we go. This is the most appropriate song for you guys here.
We have the fun.
Yes.
Next, coming out through SRS Cinema. There's another film Ron's going to be announcing in the next 2 weeks. I can't say what it is, but you guys are going to roll a lot of eyes at it, but I'm just going to say that. And then there's that movie, The Cojones Virus. We're going to be doing Cousin of Cojones Virus. And there's just a ton. Oh, wait. Maximum Stroller Drive is coming to you 2024. I've seen the stroller do what it does in this film, and Mike's performance in it once again. That's
nice. That's awesome.
Thank you, Mike, for doing it.
Hey, it's I try. I really do try.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
my pleasure. My pleasure. We'll have to do it again soon. And anytime, if there's news or anything going on in the world of Death Toilet, just let me know, or anything else, and we'll definitely talk about it and have you guys come back. We'll have to do it again. It's been a pleasure, guys. Take care of yourselves. All right. We'll see you guys soon.
See you later.
All right, everybody. Well, that was very cool. It was a lot of fun for me. And so I haven't got to any of your comments yet. So forgive me for that. But I really wanted to talk to these two gentlemen. They're absolutely hilarious. The movies are great. And so please follow them down below. There is, their link to follow them on Instagram, and then on their Instagram page in their bio, you can get the link to their to the websites, to everything you need to know. It's all down there. So look down below in the description and give them a follow if you would. And with that being said, let me say hello to everybody in the chat tonight. TikiGhoul, what's up? How you doing, TikiGhoul? Mr. Jami, what's going on? Deadpool Fanatic saw Exorcist and When Evil Lurks. When Evil Lurks is definitely a great horror movie. Oh, that's a little jab at the Exorcist, right, Deadpool? Nice, very cool. Well, I have not seen When Evil Lurks, so hopefully you enjoyed that. House of G fam, what's up? What's up, House of G fam? TC, what's going on? Jude Boyk is in the house. What's up, Jude? Antonis, how you doing? Eric Medina, what's up? What's up? Blackbeard, what's going on, Blackbeard? And everybody, I apologize about the goofy audio there at the beginning. I don't know what's been going on. StreamYard has been each time I jump on here, it's been a little goofy for me lately, and I've been having to go back through the settings. Audio, it's been audio stuff, so forgive me for that. Volume, and then not have it. That noise cancellation is always clicked. It's just always on. How it's not today, I don't know. So forgive me for that. 80s Monster Kid, what's up? What's up? And I will get through the low mic comments here. Scrolling down. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Gale just watched 1031-3 on Tubi. Liked it. Very nice. I haven't seen any of the 1031 movies, but they're definitely on the list. I definitely want to check them out. And let's see here. If I miss anybody, forgive me. Brent Mania coming through with the $2 super chat. Do you like tossed salad and scrambled eggs? Brent Mania, I'm not a big fan of tossed salad. But hey, I'll take, we'll take some eggs. We could take them over easy. We could take them sunny side up, huevos, rancheros, whatever you want to do. Okay. And good. Getting down here now. Antonis is here. So hyped for Exorcist Believer. Antonis, I think you're going to enjoy it. I really think you're going to enjoy that movie. Let's see here. Robert C is in the house. What up, Robert C and Balzer? OGB, maybe most of you don't know that I'm Jew Boy. Nope. And Dreams of Evermore, I gotcha. I know from, I believe you changed your Instagram name as well, right? Frank C's in the house. What up, Frank C? I hope everyone is doing well. Exorcist Believer was a little slow for me, but I didn't hate it. Right on. Brett Madison, watch Pumpkinhead 4K Steelbook today. Looked pretty good, but previous Blu-ray looked pretty good too. They put out, but great looking Steelbook. Yes, and so I think to me, with a movie like Pumpkinhead, if you're going to get an upgrade, it's probably just because you want like the nicer looking copy or whatever. I don't know that a 4K is going to look that much better from a Blu-ray. That would just be my thought. I like Jeepers Creepers 3 Reborn more than, or I like Jeepers Creepers Reborn more than 3. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't care for Jeepers Creepers Reborn at all, Antonis. Not at all. Major Reeves, what's up? Why is Winnie the Pooh getting a 4K release? It was a terrible film. Double J, I know. It was horrible. And sorry, Tiki was saying hello to the guy. Sorry, missed you there, Tiki. But yeah, man, boy. Yeah, the Twilight Throne, right? I think that's funny. I apologize. I hate when we come on and there's goofy issues. I really spend a lot of time trying to make it right. But here we go. Let's see here. Thelma's in the house. What up? Will Death Toilet Team be at Monsterpalooza? It does not look like it, Frank. It does not look like it. But they are having that event, which is very cool. If you've never seen The Greasy Strangler, it is hilarious. So if they're going to stream or screen Invasion of the Potty Snatchers the same night as The Greasy Strangler, that will be a night of a lot of laughs. Look for they have posted stuff about it on Instagram and all that. look for them, follow them. Maybe you can make it out to that event. It would definitely give you some good chuckles. And Nocturno, what's up, homeboy? Sean 420's in the house. What up, what up, what up? Watching Roseanne Halloween episodes. Nice. Very cool. Ghost of the Flower Killer looks like a good movie. Wicked Network, yes, it does. Ghost of the Flower Killer is something that I'm kind of interested in. The Scorsese and De Niro and Leonardo, you start throwing that type of cast together, it's got to be good. It really does. So with that being said, Eric Medina, huge what's up to the mighty OGP. What's up to you? And Michael McNally, what's up? Love it first. I can say that. Love at first bite. What's up? Because of the audio issues and everything goofy at the beginning, let me run through again what to look forward to this week in the way of theatrical releases. 15 cameras. It is a sequel to 13 and 14 cameras. I don't think I've seen 14, but 13 was pretty creepy. It'll make you think twice about staying at an Airbnb. Dark Harvest, and these all, they're showing up on Fandango, so they should be in theaters somewhere. Whether it's a wide release or limited release, I'm not sure. But watch the trailer for these. They all look pretty good. But Dark Harvest it's about this character Sawtooth Jack, who's that's the bad guy in this town. Has to kill Sawtooth Jack before midnight, or bad things are going to happen. I'm going to ruin all their crops and they're all going to die or something like that. It has a very, very strong October Halloween vibe, and it looks like a lot of fun. Dark Harvest and Dear David. This one, out of the four that I'm talking about right here, this would be the weakest, although it has Justin Long. But during the trailer, I didn't see Justin Long at all. Maybe I missed him, but he's billed as the top cast, but they didn't portray him as the top cast in the trailer. So I don't know. Something about a ghost haunting somebody because of something that happened online or something like that. I'm a little worried about this movie, but it might be fun. Who knows? And Herd, this is like a zombie apocalypse type movie. Some definite Walking Dead vibes where you have two different factions of the living that are kind of warring with each other, as well as surviving the apocalypse. And there's this woman and her child caught in the middle of all of it that are trying to survive. The trailer looks pretty good. So I'm pretty excited about those. How much of a release they're going to have or what they're going to have this week with Taylor Swift going on, I just don't know. So that's going to be theaters are going to be crazy this weekend when the Taylor Swift event is going on. So there's that. Yeah, Frasier is returning to TV. If you were ever a fan of the TV show Frasier or Cheers, which, the character Frasier. And so it was interesting. So Frasier from Cheers to the TV show Frasier wasn't exactly the same guy, but I don't remember the specifics of how much they referenced Cheers or whatever during that, or because I know they had cameos, guest appearances from the Cheers cast from time to time. But this is Frasier going back to Boston, where the character was during the Cheers show. And I loved Frasier. I thought the show was funny, witty. Not my favorite show of all time, but a fun sitcom. So I'm very much looking forward to Frasier coming back Thursday, and then John Carpenter's Suburban Screams coming back or starting, Friday. And it looks like maybe they're interviewing people that are telling real life experiences, scary stories, and then I don't know if they're going to kind of dramatize or act out some of that or whatever, but you put John Carpenter's name on it and have John Carpenter directing it or directly involved with the production, sign me up. And that's Friday. And I think that's on Peacock, and Frasier, I think, is on Paramount. So some cool stuff going on this week on the world of TV. So Mel, thanks again for having me on. So dope. No, Mel, you are welcome on this channel 24/7. You have a 100% pass. I love you, Mel. It was very cool. I'm glad you got to get on and hang out with them. I wish we had, set up a something a little more specific for all of us, but I think it would be absolutely amazing for all of us to get together, you know, on the Voyage panel and get the guys on. Would be absolutely great. And it was so cool. You come in rocking the Death Toilet hat. Absolutely loved it. Perfect. And my pleasure, Mel. It was awesome to have you on. Dark Harvest trailer looks great. It does, Gale, right? It does. Let's see here. Ortega's in the house. What up? Glad I don't work at a theater. Anyone avoid the Swifties? Yes. So Ortega, so you're done at the theater, huh? Done at the theater. And Robert C., love your channel, Mel. Yes, we all do. Mel is, you know, talking about physical media and movie stuff and being involved with the Rad Pack and everything. Tons and tons of great stuff coming from Mel. She keeps herself super, super busy. So, yeah, definitely. You know what? And I failed because I should have the links for all of the Voyage members at all times down below. That's something I'll have to do that. But you guys know where to find my killer podcast. She's out there. But if you need a link, let me know. We'll get you a link. But yeah, everybody. So tons of stuff in the way of physical media this week releasing, because like a Pumpkinhead, Megan, the Boogeyman. Did anyone like the Boogeyman? I had such high hopes for it, but then it let me down. I was kind of very disappointed with it. And then Friday the 13th getting a 4K release. I don't know that I need that, but it's kind of cool if you want it. And then Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I definitely don't need that on 4K. Maybe there are some fans. Videodrome Criterion in 4K. That's good stuff right there. And Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Lots of stuff coming out this week. OGP, I saw the video you sent me on Instagram of the turkey. I was like, OGP, what in the world you sent me? So I didn't send everybody, but I sent a few people a video. It was just something I saw on Instagram, and it looks like somebody holding like a nutsack. and then so so I sent that video to Fonzo, and Fonzo said he literally like saw the thumbnail and threw his phone. So hopefully he didn't break his phone. Hopefully he didn't break, but that bird did have a ball sack. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I thought I had to share it with you. That's funny. I sent it to Wet Movie One. I sent it to Fluff, and so Fluffy watches it. And he sends me laughing faces, and I was like, but you watched it. You thought it was a nutsack, and you still watched it. You all did, but then Fluffy was like, well, you obviously watched it too, and 100% guilty. Oh man, so funny. So funny. It was so hilarious. I was like, oh, I got to send it to this person and this person and this person. So if I didn't send it to you, it's because I didn't know. I didn't want to overstep my bounds, you know. But those of you that got it, I knew. I was like, oh, they'll appreciate this. After it scares the crap out of them, they'll appreciate it. I saw the Boogeyman higher than a kite, and it was still nice, Ortega. Awesome. And let's see. Eric Medina did not enjoy the Boogeyman. Okay, very good. Yeah, I didn't care for it either. What do you like more, Saw X or The Exorcist Believer? Antonis, I definitely Saw X. Saw is one of my favorite franchises. I mean, in The Exorcist, I love The Exorcist. Don't get me wrong. But Saw X, man, yeah. When I walked out of the theater after seeing Saw X, because I was so hyped for it, I was kind of like, is this going to be as good as I hope and everything? And then I walked out and I was like, it was good. It was kind of what I expected. So I wasn't blown away because it was what I expected. So I was it was like not, I don't know if anticlimactic's a word or let down because it was phenomenal. But I thought there was going to be more to it. But I absolutely love Saw X. Absolutely love it. Thinking about it right now, I'm giving Saw X, I'm probably giving it like an 8 out of 10 right now. An 8 out of 10. Saw X was slowly paced. So, and Frank, so there were parts, yeah, as we built up the story that were a little slower. It wasn't that action, or that high tension like in the original Saw. it was kind of, the guys were in that bathroom. They were trapped in there. They were trying to figure out how to escape. But so there wasn't a lot of action at times, but it was very tense, high stress. And part of the beginning of the new Saw X wasn't, because we were watching John Kramer go through the process of meeting these people and getting to where he was going to get this procedure. And so with that being said, I was okay with it being a little slower because I just love a good story. And I thought the story was good. I don't mind slow pacing as long as there is a solid story. And this was phenomenal. It was good. I understand the thought that it was slow. I understand, people that would say that. Yeah, I get it. How about them Cowgirls? It was a bloody massacre. Also, dang, what the hell with the Pats? First shutout since 2000. I think the Tom Brady era is over. No, Tom Brady era is definitely over. That was losing 34-3 a week ago was gut wrenching, and then getting shut out the following week. Not good. Not good. The Pats have big problems. Mac Jones is running for his life on every single play. Last year, he didn't have an offensive coordinator. This year, he doesn't have an offensive line. I think it's time, maybe it's time for Belichick to take a step back and Bill Belichick to stop being the coach and the general manager. Maybe let somebody else do the drafting and focus on coaching, because we're not bringing in the talent that we need. And it's getting tough. But here's the thing. I am willing to be patient. Any team over a 20-year span goes and wins 6 Super Bowls and appears in 9 of them, I'm giving them a pass for a few years. You've got to rebuild. You really have to rebuild. The first year that Brady was gone, they were almost maxed out on the cap. It takes time to recover from that stuff. If it takes 10 years to get good again, I'll be pretty frustrated. But, hey, you're bringing in a new quarterback who you keep throwing different offensive coordinators at him. It is what it is. People want to give Belichick a lot of crap. Look at all the coaches that have come out from the Belichick tree. They all fail everywhere they go. Then they go back to New England. Some of them have success, but while they're in New England, before they leave, they're good. So I don't think Belichick's coaching is to blame. I think maybe we need to start thinking about a change at general manager, though. Pimp Nasty, what's up? How you doing? Saw X was way better than The Exorcist. I would agree with you on that, on Robert. Was The Exorcist believer woke and political after all, because you said that's what you were afraid of? Antonis, it was absolutely not. It was not at all. And that was very refreshing to me. I was a little worried. But I the first half of The Exorcist had like kind of Stranger Things vibes. Kids, doing stuff, kind of getting lost and stuff. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It had flaws. It had issues. Were there things you could change? Yes. And like Frank says, in my opinion, did not have enough possession scenes. So that part was pretty quick. When they got into the exorcism and seeing the possessions, I see you there, Cody. I see you there, Cody. Hang tight. I am expecting another guest, Cody, that I'll have to have on solo here. So hang tight. If he comes and goes, maybe I'll open it up to some of you legends out there, as far as anybody else maybe wanted to jump on the panel tonight. But I am expecting somebody else, and when they come, they had a meeting at 5, and so when they come, if they come, I'm not going to be mad if things happen and they don't make it. We'll do it again another day. But because things happen, and this is a very, very, very busy person, and nothing but respect and love. So If they can't make it, we'll maybe open it up, or after we'll open it up for everybody else to jump on. But yeah, when they became possessed, I thought it was pretty cool. There was at least one good jump scare in this movie, and I kind of liked the way it built up. I was like, how are they gonna? As I was watching, I was like, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna get these girls possessed? And I was okay with the way they went about it. And once they became possessed, everything happened pretty quickly after that. So maybe there was too much movie at the beginning getting them there and not enough at the end. But I definitely didn't want it any longer than it was. But I agree with you, Frank. There could have been more possession scenes. The exorcism could have been a little bit longer, like maybe before, the demon issues that ultimatum, which I don't want to get into. Maybe it could have gone on a little bit longer. But yeah, that is definitely one thing that you could say could have had more possessions. I would agree with that. The Exorcist believer left with questions, definite questions about the future of the franchise, and which I've heard. I haven't done a lot of research, but I just heard that there's going to be a trilogy. This is like the first of 3, maybe. I don't know for sure with that, but I think there's going to be more. And watching this one here, I don't know. Without giving any spoilers, I don't want to give any spoilers here, but the next one might be interesting. It might be interesting if we get some of the people I think we might get. So we shall see. We shall see. Let's see here. Not even watching sports. Yeah, Jude, I get it. They're not for everybody, 100%. Think Jason Blum, jump around the storyline. Yeah. There were people that I've seen comments of people saying, it was sloppy or whatever. I didn't personally feel that way. I kind of like the way, we were seeing these 2 different families with their daughters and what they were going through. So jumping back and forth, seeing the girls, out doing their thing, the disappearance and that. I was okay with it. The one thing that kind of bugged me, not the one thing, but one thing that kind of bugged me was the shots of I don't like when we just get oh, here's a random demon, just a quick little jump, boom, here's a random demon for a half a second. That stuff we could do without. We didn't need those pathetic attempt at jump scares or whatever that was. But the one, well, again, I don't want to get into it, but there were some great shots. But there were some stuff that were okay, we don't really need that. But all in all, I didn't hate it. I walked out. I didn't hate it. Yeah, Wicked Network Pats have been outscored. Yeah, I know. It hurts. It hurts. It really does. But hey, we had our run. We had our run, and it's time to rebuild, and I'm okay with that. We'll watch both The Exorcist and Saw X. Looking forward to it. Nice, Eric. I hope you enjoy them both. I think you will. I will be watching what movies I haven't watched yet that I own already. Various movies mixed with Halloween and Halloween revisit, horror Halloween and Halloween revisit flicks I own starting soon. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, no, it's October. It's Halloween time. Watching horror movies is a thing. You got to do it. You got to do it this month. Let's see. Oh, is The Exorcist Believer better than Halloween Ends? Death Toilet's better than Halloween Ends. Anything's better than Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends is one of the worst movies to ever surface on the big screen. So definitely yes. Really dig the pumpkin lighting in the background. Yeah, thanks. Hey, that was I don't know, $8.99 or something at Walmart. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So if you want one of those for your house, go get it. I've bought a few things for the room for Halloween, but I haven't done an actual out and about Halloween video. I have not been back to Spirit Halloween yet. That's coming up. The first half of the new Exorcist, I liked it. It nosedived quick once Ellen and the dad illegally broke into the house. Yeah. Like I said, it definitely has its flaws. There are things like, hey, you can't do that. What are these people just doing in this house? What's going on? But it's still, it was okay. What if it was, just imagine this, if it was a standalone film, if this wasn't, and remember, this is not, it may have been advertised or billed or whatever kind of as, it's in the Exorcist franchise. And we know they reference Reagan, and we know we get, Reagan's mom in the movie. So it is in that universe, in the book of The Exorcist or the world of The Exorcist. It's in that era and in that family. So I understand if you're mad that things didn't fit or sync up exactly with The Exorcist. But again, like Dr. Sleep. Yeah, at the beginning we got a terrible little Danny Torrance, and we got an okay Jack Torrance and an okay Wendy. I think Wendy was the best out of that three at the beginning of Dr. Sleep. But if you take that stuff out, Dr. Sleep was almost like, could have been a standalone movie. Didn't have to have anything to do with The Shining. And I would have rather, because that little kid at the beginning of Dr. Sleep annoyed the living hell out of me. A little smirk on his face. Danny was a miserable little child. Should have not had a smirk. So if you watched Dr. Sleep as a standalone movie, thought it was great. As a follow-up to Shining, terrible. But can you really? Who wants to go try and make a sequel to a Stanley Kubrick movie? And who really thinks they can go make a true sequel or follow-up and make it as good as Freakin'? I wouldn't want to take on that task. So if you watch this as a standalone movie, maybe it was okay. Maybe it was. I think if you looked at it separately, I think it was fine. Kind of like everybody hated, I say everybody, but a lot of people hated Spiral. I knew going in, I'm not expecting John Kramer. I'm expecting kind of a copycat killer. I'm getting Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock. Sign me up. Is it one of the weaker movies in that franchise? Yes. But it still wasn't a bad movie. And that's the thing. I think it's becoming trendy just to hate movies just for the sake of hating them. That's what I think. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. So we'll see. And your thoughts on that? Let me know what you think. Universal gave $400 million for the rights alone to make the Exorcist movie. I don't think they're going to make that money back, and that's not counting what it cost to make the movie. I know. And that's it. It's insane. So do you include that $400 million with, as far as the budget of the film? I don't know, but let me see. I'm going to try and pull up on IMDb here real quick and see what the budget was for this, what they have it listed as. Let's see here. Usually it says, it says the box office. So 26 million the first week, 44 million worldwide. But I'm not seeing a budget. We could probably just Google it and find out. But if you know you're going to make a trilogy, and that 400 million's divvied up, so it's really like 133 million per movie. Yeah, 44 million worldwide in the opening weekend, you're in big trouble. Because if you spent, so let's just say the budget was like 70 million or whatever, plus, a third of that 400 million you're applying to this. So just say the budget was 200 million. It's going to take a long time to get that money back if you do. So, and with that in mind, maybe they don't maybe it gets scrapped. Maybe the trilogy gets scrapped. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Making movies and making your money back is tough, especially with horror movies, because horror movies don't get the run at these like award shows and stuff. They just don't. So it's tough to get your money back. And that's why you see a lot of horror movies have way low budgets compared to sci-fi films or some even just comedies in general. But I don't know. I would be willing to go see another one. And when it comes out on physical media, I'm going to buy a copy. The Exorcist Assemble. That's what it should have been called. Okay. And no spoilers, Movie Junkie John, but that is hysterical. That's, if you watch the movie, you'll get it. The Exorcist Assemble. Yes. All they needed was each one of them to have a different little colored stone that they all had to bring together, right? You think being a Catholic raises the scare factor on possession movies? Indrid, I don't know. To me, I don't know if I'm just kind of weird, but I think a lot of horror movie fans are like me in the sense that we don't really get scared at these. Like an average or casual moviegoer would. I just like to see how dark and twisted and crazy the human mind can get. And it's fun for me. So as far as getting scary or being a scare factor or anything like that, to me, I don't believe, I don't want to get into religion or anything, but I will just say, I don't believe in possessions. I think it's just a thing that's for the movies. So as far as worrying about it or a scare factor of it really happening in real life, I'm not worried about it. A movie where a guy is going around shooting people or whatever, that could happen. A movie where somebody kidnaps somebody and chops them up to make bodysuits out of them, could happen and did happen. And this is interesting. My brother recently heard he listens to these like podcasts about like true crimes and stuff. And he recently heard the true crime story behind the inspiration for Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. So there was like a person who really was kidnapping women, taking their skin and making a bodysuit out of them. So this is not this is a thing that could happen. It could happen. And so that stuff is scary. As far as Godzilla coming up out of the ocean, I'm not too worried. I think David Gordon Green really doesn't know how to write movies. I think he's a good director, but he really dipped out on The Exorcist, in my opinion. Yeah, you know what, Cody? And I get that. And I love everybody has different opinions about it. For me, it wasn't that bad. I think almost, let's just say he tried really hard to really embody the original Exorcist. There's no way he could have done it. And he would have failed, and everybody would have been more pissed saying he just ripped off the first one. So he was really, between a rock and a hard place with this, trying to come up with something that, one, you have to remember, the studios have to approve his scripts and his storylines. So was this exactly the story he wanted? I don't know. He'll probably never tell you because towing the company line, if it wasn't what he really wanted, or if the studio did put their fingers on it, he'll probably never tell you. But that's tough when you're trying to make something in a franchise of a movie that is, one of the movies that really kickstarted the horror genre as far as bringing it to mainstream. It's not going to be easy, because what do? Do you try and recreate the original? Do you try and be really different? And this was in the middle. You had some fanfare with some of the cast members, some of the things, but not too hard. So I don't know. I'm not, too mad at it. Somebody commented on my review that like, oh, you're not good at doing reviews. Like, don't, whatever. I will always tell you this. I'm not an expert. I'm a fan, and these are my opinions. I want to hear your opinions, and that's what we do here. I'm not trying to tell you how it should be. It was hard to watch some of these other reviews. These people get so angry and bitch and bitch and bitch, but they never give you, or for the most part, they don't give you a lot of solid reasons why the movie's bad. This movie was visually pleasing. It sounded great. The effects were good. The lighting was good. The locations were good. The actors were fine. You want to complain about the story? That's fine. I respect that. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong because you don't like it or you think it should have been done a different way. That doesn't make it wrong or bad, in my opinion. Catherine Actor was better than Angela. Right on. There was one jump scare that got our whole theater to jump. I bet, Frank, it was the same one. I bet it was. I don't want to spoil it, but I bet it was the same one that I'm thinking of. That was pretty good. Yeah, that one was like, uh-oh. Has anyone seen Pet Sematary Bloodlines on Paramount Plus? Is it any good? And you know what? I heard, and that came out of the blue for me because I have not seen it and I hadn't really heard about it. So I don't know. I have not seen it. But anybody else seen it? Let us know. Mr. Bones in the house. What up, Mr. Bones? Mr. Bones liked it. Nice. Very cool. Good to know. We'll have to check out Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I like Exorcist 3, and it looks great on 4K. Nice. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch the Exorcist movies. Tiki is on board with Exorcist 3. And that, to me, I think a lot of people some people say the third one is the best in the franchise, even better than the first. Or that the third one is the second best in the franchise. And I don't think that's going to change. Nobody's opinion is going to be like, oh, Exorcist Believer is now top of the heap here or anything. I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think it was as bad as everybody thought. I thought Dr. Sleep was horrible movie in general. Interesting. Yeah, it definitely, when I watched it, I was angry all the way through because I was watching it as a sequel to The Shining. I was really angry, but then taking a step back, thinking about it, I was like, if it was a standalone, I might not have hated it. But yeah, I get it. And I understand and respect that, Jude. Was The Exorcist Believer your typical exorcism movie like a lot of people were saying when the trailer dropped? In the sense that you have a cast or cast members that get possessed and a exorcism taking place to eliminate this demon from their body. In that sense, a lot of that stuff happened. And that's why I say exorcism movies are tough. And, Master Chaos just made his Exorcists movie. So it's Exorcist with an S on the end that you can stream on different platforms right now. But if you Google Exorcists or look it up on IMDb, you can find out where to watch it. I'm not sure if it's up on Amazon Prime yet or not, but it will be. And it had a theatrical release in many different cities nationwide, which is so cool. And it stars Doug Bradley. So Master Chaos taking on that was a daring, tall task that he embarked upon because it is tough. Because we know, what do we get with exorcism movies? We get a group of people standing around a person who's possessed going, demon, I command, holding their Bible. Here we go. This is my Bible. That's what. Demon, I command you, leave this body, leave this person, and throwing holy water on them. And you get that for like a lot of the movie. So it's tough to add in enough action, adventure, and stuff. And, that's why kind of like, the first half of Exorcist Believer, where we're meeting these girls, we're getting a backstory about them, their family a little bit, or the one girl's family. And then we're seeing them go off to get possessed, how they got possessed, which I don't want to get into for spoiler's sake. But I like that. It was a bit of an adventure, a bit of a Stranger Things vibe, so I don't know. I kind of liked what they did with some of the things with it. Like the movie Pray to the Devil. Good storyline, good movie. I own it. Pray to the Devil or Pray for the Devil? Is that Pray for the Devil or Pray to the Devil? Gale. If it's Pray to the Devil, I don't know if I've seen it. Pray for the Devil, I think I've seen that. Just watched The Frighteners again over the weekend. Absolutely love that film. Yeah, you know what? When you throw Michael J. Fox into a horror film, you've got an instant classic right there. Yes, Tiki, that's awesome. Yep, great classic film. Yep. I don't believe in possessions either. It sounds fake. Yeah, I'm just not a believer. Hell Night is a great movie to watch for Halloween. Gale, yes. Hell Night is one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love Hell Night. It's one of it. It's in the conversation. I would say at least in my top 20. I absolutely love Hell Night. Linda Blair is phenomenal. And it's just such a cool movie. And then once I found out that it was made like very close to me, that movie was filmed. The location of the house and the school, the college, are very close to where I live. Made me love Hell Night even more. And one of these days, I'm going to get Linda Blair to sign my Hell Night poster. Nice answer, OGP. I get it, coming from a Catholic raised horror fan. Yeah, you know what? And so I'm not Catholic. My family's not Catholic. My family is Christian. So maybe I can look at things a little bit differently than somebody raised Catholic. But I love the Catholic Church, just like the Gothic vibes and stuff. I dig it, man. Like The Nun too. Man, I really enjoyed The Nun too. It was very cool in that kind of Catholic setting. And this was The Exorcist Believer is a little different. It's I don't really want to get into it, but you get different religions infused into The Exorcist Believer, which there's a part of that which gets a little hokey, and that's one of the things that I thought was a little hokey, was part of that. But I'm not mad at the fact that they incorporated other religions into Exorcist Believer. Skeptic by nature, possession. Yeah, no, to me, I've never, until I see it with my own eyes, I have a hard time believing it. I will tell you this. I have seen things with my own eyes that really make me believe there is something after we leave this world. I don't want to get into religion or what exactly I believe, but I have experienced things that have made me go, when we leave this world, that's not the end. So hopefully we get to bring our horror movies with us. That's all I care about. No, I'm kidding. But I've seen things that make me believe, but I have never seen anybody possessed. Possessions, you got to remember, the idea of possessions came about at a time when human beings didn't know, and we thought people were possessed or crazy, but either they were suffering from mental illness or infections or whatever that caused them to act weird. And so they just chalked it up to religious reasons. And that plays well nowadays in movies and stuff, but I don't really buy it. So I would never be scared of somebody getting possessed. At least this was not a remake. If it was, people would hate it even more. 100%. We don't need a remake. I don't want remakes. I don't want reboots. Just give us something else in that world. And that's what this was. And I was okay with that. I've only seen The Exorcist 1973 and The Three. Should I watch the other movies in the franchise? Going into this movie, going into The Exorcist Believer, all you need to see is the first, in my opinion. That's all you need to see. I like the story in The Exorcist. Yeah, I liked it too. Being chilly, what up? How goes it? Work has kept me away. Day off today. Well, hey, sorry. Hopefully work has been treating you pretty well and not been too hard for you. Glad to see you drop in, Being chilly. I've also only seen and own a copy of the original and have no interest in seeing any sequel to it. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it is. You're like, you know what? I've seen the original. I don't need to watch anymore. With The Shining, I could take a hard pass on Dr. Sleep. I'd be okay with that. I don't buy into possession at all, brother. Entertaining for a spooky tale, though. 100%. Yes, definitely. Pardon me while I have some Diet Coke. So I got to look at something. Okay. So I was looking to see if I had any messages from my guest who had a meeting, and I know there was no set time or anything. So just want to make sure I didn't miss anything there. So Indra, I'm a skeptic at heart. No. And you know what? And so here's the thing. Let's take a step back. And I don't want to dive too far into religion, but so from what I understand, you know, if you're a follower of Christianity or the Bible, does it not tell us that we are supposed to seek knowledge and stuff? So in my mind, I can't just say one book is going to answer everything. I am curious by nature. We all are curious by nature. And if we weren't skeptical of things, we would never question things, and we wouldn't be advancing. We wouldn't go, you know what? The world's flat. We live in a big dome, and there is no such thing as outer space. But we questioned it, so we built telescopes to look out there. We built rocket ships to fly up there. You know, we as human beings, we are a skeptical and a questioning species by nature. And so with that in mind, we need to look for reasons. Give me a reason, a physical reason to believe. Give me something to believe. Man, I sound like a song now. Give me something to believe in. Who is that? Is that Poison, Warrant, Motley Crue? Who was that? I can't remember. Does the iconic Exorcist theme song play in the new movie? Yeah, I don't know that I want to answer that, Antonis. I don't know that I want to answer that. Some people might not want to hear that. And I think, and I know, and I remember now telling you that I would talk to you about that in private, Antonis. But Antonis, I'm going to send you a quick answer to your question here without saying anything online. So look at your Instagram message, Antonis. There's your answer right there. I did leave you a message on Instagram. I hope you have an idea or ideas on that. I hope you read it. Jude, I will. I'm sorry. I have like, I looked and it was like, I had a lot of messages, a lot of messages that I have been trying to get through, but I did a lot of prep work for this show today, different things, and been very, very busy. So it's this time of year. This is a hectic time of year for me. I am not ignoring you, and I will definitely get back to you, Jude. I please accept my apology for that. The Exorcist 3, written by William Blatty, who wrote The Exorcist. Well, and there you go. There's probably a good reason for the love for that film right there. I'm getting so tired of these wars. Robert, yes, 100%. And oh, how weird, Poison. Yeah, thank you. And how weird would know. Not exactly the same genre of music. I mean, it's heavy metal, it's hard rock, but a little different from the music that How Weird makes. But I would, out of anybody, I would expect How Weird to know. Yeah, they give me something to believe in. You know what? And here's the thing. I will admit, back in the 90s, I went to, and I think this is probably 1992, maybe like February, March, April of 1992. I went and saw Warrant open up for Poison. There might have been another band before him, but I just remember those two. Warrant and Poison played together. And I enjoyed the living shit out of that concert. Man, when I saw Red, seeing that performance live from Warrant was amazing. And Poison, yeah, cheesy, hokey and stuff. But you know what, though? Looking back at it now, other bands that we might not have kind of lumped in with the cheesy and hokey, maybe like Motley Crue or Bon Jovi or something, Poison's right there with them. There's some good tunes, man. There's some classic vibes on from poison. Let's see here. Are there any more 2023 horror movies you're going to see that are coming out the rest of the year? That's a good question, Antonis. Let's look at that here in just a second. But going back to Robert C., getting so tired of these wars, 100%. What's going on over there in Israel right now with Hamas attacking them is not cool. And Iran applauding it and helping them and chanting death to the USA, not cool. Hopefully, the United States is figuring out a proper response. And hopefully that happens soon, because what's going on with those poor folks over there in Israel is intolerable. We cannot let this go on. Something has to be done about this. Break out some of those mother of all bombs and go level Hamas. They just not cool. You cannot go around attacking people. It's 2023. You can't just go around attacking people. Russia, that's a tough one. They should never have invaded Ukraine. They are dead wrong. Putin is dead wrong for what he did. But you can't just go start a war with Russia because they got nukes. Hamas, go flatten them. Make them extinct. What they're doing is wrong. And it's frustrating, and I feel so bad for the people over there going through that. And I count my blessings every single day that I live in the United States, and that, aside from Pearl Harbor and 9/11, we haven't seen anything like that on our soil. And to think of the fact that the Israelis are living through this, and with this fear every single day of their lives, they're living with the fear of attack from the other side of the border. Not cool. Not cool. We need to do something about it. Hopefully that happens. But we all just need to maybe take a step back and be thankful for where we live and the safety that we have, the ability to live our lives without worrying about missiles being fired at us. Are there any more horror movies? Yeah, that is a good question. So let me see if I got my list handy here. Is that the same? Because I'm not sure, because of the strike and everything else going on. I'm not sure if anything else got backed up, but whether we still are or not, I don't remember the dates. But Dune 2, Hunger Games, Willy Wonka, Ghostbusters, Aquaman, a lot of those all got pushed back, if not all of them. So I don't have anything specific major in the theaters, but I'll tell you, this Dark Harvest and Herd look like fun movies. I would not mind seeing those in the theater for sure. Let's see here. Question everything but my horror movies. Exactly. Yes. Never question horror. Kidding. You got to question it sometimes. Let's see here. Skid Row ruled. Yes. No, love Skid Row, man. 18 in Life. It's crazy. I remember when 18 in Life came out and I wasn't 18 years old yet. Man, I was like, crazy to think, 18 years old. And now I'm like, God, that was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Rat. Yeah. Another great 80s band right there. Rat. Yes. Wicked Network. Not every Iranian is a bad human being. It's just a government. No. Antonis, don't get me wrong. The current regime that's running Iran, they're the bad people. I have friends that are Persian. I've known a lot of good Persian folks. I don't hate, to hate any one group of people because of the actions of some of them is nothing I will ever do. The government is bad. I have a friend who his parents were political refugees from the regime change in, what was it, 79, 77, 79. I have a friend whose parents, escaped Iran because of that and live here now. And he's a great person, has a beautiful family. It's very sad what's going on. and what Iran is doing to the women over there who want to not wear the headdress and stuff like that. It's very sad. It's very sad. But I don't want to be too down in the dumps talking about that stuff. But we want to talk about horror movies and have fun here. So, and not that we don't care, but time and place for that type of stuff. We don't want to get too far off topic. To all the legends, time to say goodnight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. OGP, please get me your list, my friend. Gale, I will. And I was working on that last night. Just didn't quite get it wrapped up here. I just so many things going on. But I will do that. Antonis, I only care about the USA. Well, I care about all human beings. Everybody should be able to go live their life without fear of being killed or victimized, for any reason. They want out of their own country. They do. Yeah, no, I know. It's vamp time. Yes. Oh, Rain. It's vamp time. Oh, my goodness. That movie. Oh, what a blast hanging out with that fat samurai guy. Talking about that movie. What a painful experience of watching that movie. But going through it with the fat samurai guy is always a blast. And don't worry, we're going to be doing it again Tuesday, but with a much better movie. We're going to be reviewing The Devil's Candy tomorrow night. So look for that. And Gale, if you're still here, where is it? When I do the review of the Vatican tapes, it is going to be a joint review with that fat samurai guy. So that is still coming up. But I'm not sure when we're going to review the Vatican tapes, but The Devil's Candy will be tomorrow night with Fat Samurai Guy. Very much looking forward to that. Zero confidence in Biden's response. You know what? So here's the thing. I am not thrilled with the response or the lack thereof at this point from Biden. But to be fair, we all were so pissed off when George Bush took his time to respond to 9/11, if you were old enough to remember that. We were kind of wondering. And everybody, the day after 9/11, we were like, bomb Iran, bomb Afghanistan, bomb Saudi, bomb Kuwait, bomb whoever, just bomb people, because we need to avenge our fallen patriots. And then we when we did, we started bombing them, and we found out, we were bombing the wrong people, maybe. So we got to be careful with it. I hope and pray that the correct action is taken and that it's taken soon. But there's a lot of moving pieces to making responses like that, especially responding in a sense where we don't put our own military in harm's way. So, but Blackbeard, I am Biden he's getting up there, man. And cognitively, I think a lot of us question where he is cognitively now. So it's scary, but I hope we make the right decision. And that's all. I don't want to get into, dive into that stuff too much. Iran, giving them weapons stuff. Not cool. I agree with you, OGP. I'm afraid we may or might go to war, but I hope not. The aid we send, we pay for our taxes, and we need to stick to our own people. I'm against war, sick people. Jude, I'm with you. The war sucks. It really sucks. It's 2023. We do not need this stuff going on. There are ways to resolve our issues. And if somebody wants to attack somebody else, I think we have the ability to go in with drones and pinpoint targeting in our weapons. Go in and take out the people behind these attacks. Just remove them from the face of the earth and let us move on. Don't punish that whole country because of what their government is doing. But we need to get past this. Cody says the new Goosebumps show on Disney Plus looks crazy. It looks a lot more serious. Slappy the dummy looks like the doll from Dead Silence. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, and Dead Silence, just watched that. And good movie. Such a good movie. Awesome. I'm going to have to check that out, Cody. I have not seen a trailer or anything for that yet. Sorry, I know I always bring it up. It's the last time I swear. No, it's all good, Antonis. It's all good. To be honest, I don't hate The Exorcist Believer. I just didn't love it. Had potential for sure. Turin, yes, I am. I understand that. I walked out expecting to hate it. I thought I was going to hate it. And even if you watch the review, when I go in to the theater, I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to hate this movie. I've heard nothing but bad things about it. And I come out and I'm like, okay, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I don't know that I loved it either, but I didn't hate it. And I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. My neighbors next door of a year came from Ukraine, and they bought and hung a vampire outside. I think they wanted me to see it too. I'm 50% Balkan. Interesting. Bought and hung a vampire as in like Halloween decorations, Jude? Or just like throughout the year? Because if it was just in the middle of the year, that'd be really weird. Are you sure Wonka got pushed back? Because I just looked up, says it's still coming out 23. No, like I said, I haven't looked them up. I don't know if they got pushed back or not. I don't know when Wonka's coming out. And honestly, I'm not going to go see Wonka. I don't care about that at all. Hey, would you be any concerts this year? No. You know what? I haven't been to a concert in a while. And man, this past weekend was Power Trip, where Judas Priest, AC/DC, Metallica, Tool, and who am I missing? Judas Priest, AC/DC, Metallica, Tool, and I'm missing two others. Anyways, big old concert. And my problem with that is going out to see concerts at Coachella, because that concert took place at the same, and I did not go, but that concert took place at the same venue where Coachella and Stagecoach take place. But it's flat ground, and you're looking at a stage. So if you're way in the back, you can't really see them because the heads in front of you are blocking it. It's not like a bowl at all or anything. So I don't know. I don't know that I would ever want to go see a concert there. But I heard, and Iron Maiden. I heard Judas Priest was great. I heard Maiden was pretty good. AC/DC, man, they could still jam. But our man, gosh, what's his name? Lead singer Brian. His vocals, man, his vocals were rough in '92 because of the way he sings. And we're talking 30 years later. So hearing him sing is a little rough, but he's not as bad. He is not as bad as Vince Neil. That is for sure, man. Vince Neil and Axl Rose. Oh yeah, GNR. There was the other one. Vince Neil and Axl Rose, man, they are way past their prime. Vince Neil being the worst of those two for sure. If you have a choice between this movie, Slayers, or any new Steven Seagal movie, ooh, oh man, I'm probably gonna go with the Steven Seagal movie because I haven't seen it yet. If we're talking about a new one that I haven't seen, but Slayers was so bad. I do not want to watch it. Give me almost anything before Slayers. That was a tough one to get through. Anybody here know who the vendor was at the con who had those killer Halloween posters? Yeah, I don't know, Indrid. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let me see if their website is still active. If the website's still active, I'll try and look and see if they have a vendor list. I don't know how. Oh, we're taking a second to think about it. So website might be down already. Okay, no, here it is. So a link that was to it is down. Vendor sales, click here. Is this, that's the application for the vendors. And so a lot of conventions will post a list of all their vendors. And that's what I'm looking to see if that exists. But I'm not seeing it right now. Well, no, here we go. So I don't know that I'll be able to tell by which one, but let me pull this up for you. Share screen. I am sharing the screen in my best Bane voice. I don't know why I went into Bane. Yeah. It definitely wasn't Fright Rags or Trick or Treat Studios or Cavity Colors. Toxic Doom, Icky Pop. It wasn't Dark Delicacies. It wasn't these ads. Go away, ad. Come on now. There we go. Printed in Blood. Could have been them. Graveyard Goods. Vinegar Syndrome. Killer Art. Oh, I wonder if it was Killer Art. Can I click on that? Does it show me anything about them? No, it just takes me to the application page. But anyways, if you're really interested, Indrid, you can go here and scroll through these and then maybe Google them. I would guess maybe Printed in Blood or Killer Art. Let's see if I can. Let's see here if Printed in Blood pulls up. Halloween art book. Oh no, that's the book that was printed. Shop our store. Let's see. Come on, go now. Okay, so Printed in Blood looks like a bookstore. So I don't think it would be Printed in Blood. So maybe I'll Google one more for you here. We'll see if we can see if it was Killer Art. Here we go. No, I don't think it was Killer Art because that is like knives and props and such. So it wasn't either one of those. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but there is on their website there, you can look at a whole bunch of different vendors and start Googling them and maybe figure it out. I respect your opinion, but I respectfully excited to see Wonka. It's a prequel. And that's great. It's awesome. More power to you. And here's the thing. I am not knocking anybody who would want to see it. Nothing against you at all. That's great. And I hope you enjoy it. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. OGP would be sick to see you live stream playing Texas Chainsaw or Dead by Daylight. Not sure if you game at all. So I have, I like retro video games. Do play those. As far as newer gaming and stuff, I've never really gotten too much into it. But maybe someday, and I would love, maybe after my son gets a newer gaming system, maybe I'll jack his old one and start playing games some more there. But look at this. There's somebody at the door. Let's see who's knocking at the door here. Here we go. Been looking forward to this for a while now. My brother from another mother, Nick. What's up?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Sorry, man. It's held up a little bit, so I'm a little late here.
No apologies ever, bro. No apologies ever. Not needed. I understand you are a busy dude, and one thing I never ever want to do is come between you and business, or family. That is for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm glad I'm finally here though.
Nice. Well, so our Death Toilet friends jumped on for a while earlier tonight and had a blast with them, talking about Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, which they hooked me up with at Creep I.E. And they have a couple events coming up, so we talked about those. So you missed them, but I had tossed an idea out for them for a movie coming up. Could I interest you in a 30-second clip of a movie idea I'm tossing out for them? You want to check this out real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, check it out. Here we go.
After suffering a major blow from the colon of Brett Baxter, Pottymouth has taken refuge in the bowels of Browntown. Now, after several months of regular movements above, Pottymouth has conjured his powers to silence the world's farts. Can Brett Baxter find and deploy the enema before Pottymouth's army of fuming prairie dogs help him finally take his spot on the Twilight Throne?
The Twilight Throne. They're like, oh, dude, we're making a note. We're doing it.
Awesome.
But they said they've already got the next 5 movies planned out. So that was awesome. Dude, I loved seeing them. I love what they did at Creep I.E. That was such a cool booth, and they were taking pictures with everybody. Just another one of the many, many great things to experience at Creep I.E. Aftermath Creep I.E. Con. Man, what an event, man. What an awesome event.
Thank you. Thank you.
How after digesting everything, you've had a couple weeks now, your additions, the things that you did, how are you feeling about it all? Did it all meet your expectations?
Oh, I think it went beyond, to be honest. This was something new for us, by mixing the horror and the pop culture together.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that know me know I'm a nerd with so many other things other than horror. I mean, horror is where the heart is, but I'm a big Star Wars guy, amongst other things, comedy, The Office, anything like, I like a bunch of other stuff. So it was really cool to, mix the two worlds together and kind of in one show in a way. So
nice. Yeah, it was great. And, I mean, so many great guests, so many friendly people, and there's a bunch of people giving shout outs to you right now. Let's go through those real quick. Wicked Network says, "What's up, man?" And then Frank C, who's a legend, always at the Creep I.E. cons, always see him there. Nick, the Creep I.E. cons are incredible. Thank you for securing awesome guests for them. I can't wait till February when the event is 3 days now, dude. Epic, right? Oh my goodness. And then Nick says hello, and Wicked Network says, question for Nick: have you ever been confused with Jesse James, CFL, the bike builder?
Oh, West Coast Choppers.
kind of look like Jesse a little bit.
Hey, I'll take it. I mean, much smaller version, that's for sure. I'm all 5'5", I think he's well over 6 foot. So yeah.
But yeah, 3 days, man. So what prompted that?
I just I know for some of the recent shows, not everybody was able to meet all the people they wanted to. Okay. And by adding that extra, half day, 3/4 of a day type thing, it allows for, more people to have extra time to get people. So
yes,
that's kind of the reasoning behind it, really.
That's awesome. And and I love that because I've done that at other conventions before where it's like, okay, game plan, go in one day, get autographs. Next day, whatever autographs I didn't get, and then check out the vendors or whatever. So having that third day now, dude, and the idea that the convention is successful enough that you can justify that is epic. I absolutely love it. And it's hopefully it's paying off and everything, as well as we're appreciating it, because I think those of us like myself and Frank and Nocturno and Wet Movie One and everybody that loves going, hopefully you're having as much fun with it as we are.
Oh yeah, it's I love it. Every second of it, the stress, the happiness, all of it. I enjoy it, every minute of it.
I remember walking into the first event, your first Creep I.E., walking in, and when I saw you that first time, you were like, dude, I'm putting out fires over here and over here and over here. Like, yeah, I could not even imagine the juggling act it would take to pull one of these things off. And then for you to add things like adding taco trucks and adding all these different things, which, there is a light bulb could go out. You never know when, something could happen. And then you're like, oh no, now I got to go over here. Now I got to go over here. You just never know. So taking that on, man, I appreciate everything and adding it, man. Like I mentioned at the pop-up last weekend, those tacos were legit, man. They were so good. And I loved that. Not to knock the vendors inside or, the little cafeteria kind of thing that they have, but being able to go outside, dude, chug a beer. Dude, hey, get to chug a beer at a convention where I'm also getting to meet Jack Quaid. Are you kidding me? Like, sign me up, dude.
Yeah.
So absolutely awesome. And man, so, and it looked like, with your bro spending a lot of time helping out, with Jack Quaid there. I looked like he was having a blast too, man. So
he had a really good time, and
nice.
he's a big fan of Jack and a huge fan of Charlie. So
yeah,
that was really cool for that to happen and me to get to witness that.
Yeah. So and I know, being in the business you're in, and for anybody who doesn't know, just throwing this out there again, links are down below for Creep I.E and Fearsome Figures. Links are down below. But Nick, being prior to Creep I.E existing, owning Fearsome Figures, and this is funny because I just noticed, and I don't know if I got this from you, but that poster right behind you of Saw, I have an autograph on a poster exactly like that, but it's 11 by 17 or 12 by 18 or whatever those dimensions are. But signed by Shawnee Smith, but it's that same image from that with Shawnee and the trap behind you.
Oh yeah.
That. And I can't remember if I got that from you or not, but I have a Fearsome Figures sticker that I always take my stickers and put them up out in the garage that I got way before I ever met you in person or anything. And that just it tells you I've been buying stuff, and I'm a cheap ass. so it tells you the prices are right. The prices are right. So anybody who doesn't know, Fearsome Figures, you can get really cool figures, NECAs, things like that you want to go take to conventions, get autographed or send in, different things like that, or just to collect. But also some, horror autographs or different autographs, lots of different things on the site there. So you do interact with a lot of celebrities with that in mind, or, actors in general, whatever you want to consider, to me, they're all celebrities. But I'm just wondering, at this convention, was there anybody that you may have met for the first time that were guests that you were just really taken back, or anybody that you were specifically super excited to meet as a fan?
Yeah, definitely Jack.
Okay.
Was one of them. He's awesome, super nice guy. I didn't expect anything less. He was amazing. I heard just so many good things about him over the weekend. And even though I've met her before, it's always amazing talking to her again. It would be Shawnee. Yeah, she's amazing. But I mean, everybody. I made my rounds and talked to everybody for a little bit, as much as I could. And Rose was great. Holly. I mean, Noah. Everybody.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I get a short amount of time with them, but I try to at least get a couple minutes here and there.
Yeah. Well, and talking with Reggie Bannister, Reggie and Gigi for a while, they loved you. And talking with the legend right here, Lee, he had nothing but positive things to say about you and your partners and stuff. So it just epic convention. And I think, and we've talked about this before, I think most of the celebrities, when you meet them, nice people. They're not all going to be Matthew Lillard, but who is? And,
right.
And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe if we could get, because Rose was such a sweetheart, but her line was so long, and so she was signing in pictures. But even she was, I kind of told her the story behind my picture, and I was so bummed that I wasn't going to get to see her at the other convention where she canceled, and so I was thrilled to get to see her here. And along those lines, Wicked Network says we need a t-shirt of OGP kissing Nick's shoes. I don't know that I'm going to make that shirt. I don't know. It was hilarious.
Quick, though. You never know.
It might. Oh man, hilarious, good stuff, man. But it was absolute blast. I had such a great time. The movies upstairs, just going into the room, sitting down and listening to the projector. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, this is where I'm at right here. But and what else? So the different things, the additions or anything. Was there one or anything that really was man, I love this? Was much more of a success? I know they were all great, but any specific thing that people might go you know what? that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Why I need to go.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, and this is a personal thing, is definitely the 16 millimeter film thing. And to me, it's just because you don't get opportunities to see stuff like that anymore. You know, everything's so digitized and remastered and this and that. To actually be able to see it and, like you said, hear the machine spinning like it used to in the theaters. You know, it's to me, it's something special. You know, but you know, yeah, that would probably be the one for me. But I mean, everything else, the after party, like you said, having the tacos outside, the selfie room, the arcade. Pixel went all out for this one. And I mean, So
yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. The selfie room, man. I walked in there and I was like, and I didn't know what to expect. And I walked in and I was like, you know what? This is really cool because there's not a lot going on. It's not chaotic. You could get as close as you want or kind of far away and get some great selfies in front of some like epic looking haunted house facades there. So that was really cool. And now, can we expect all that stuff in February? Are a lot of those things coming back, or is that, or do we get, or we got to wait for announcements here? Am I asking too much?
February. Yeah, well, we got some stuff in store. That's for sure.
Nice. Okay, cool. And that's what. If I'm ever asking a question that I'm stepping over the line, or I'm like, what, just tell me. We got to wait for the announcement. We got to wait or whatever. Okay.
You fire away.
Right on. But dude, it was epic. I absolutely love it. And like I told you, I'm not even kidding. It is my favorite convention just because of the vibe. And even like a week later going to H45, and which that's something I'm curious about your experience there. H45 was cool, but it didn't have the vibe. Like meeting the people and everything was great. There were some vendors and stuff, but I kind of felt like I was walking through a warehouse with celebrities. And I'm not knocking Sean or Whorehounds at all or anything. It was a great convention, and trying to get that many people from one franchise together, I'm sure Sean was pulling his hair out, trying to put that all together. But it just, man, the vibe at Creep I.E, the friendly, the people just talking to other, you stand in line and everybody, oh, what are you getting signed? What do you get inside? This and that and everything. Everybody's so cool. I just absolutely love it. And I think that starts with you guys putting it together the way you have. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've always told people. I've literally made lifelong friends meeting them at conventions. I mean, it's just what I always tell people is, what's your favorite part of a convention, including Creep I.E? And I say it's the people. It's meeting the people. It's, I don't know if Rob, the real Michael Myers. He was dressed, with the H3 mask, but he was wearing the Kylo Ren suit as well. The cosplayer. I mean, me and him have been friends for years now. We met at a show, at a convention. So it's like, nice. It's that kind of stuff that just makes this community and just the show, going to any show for that matter, just so special in my opinion.
100%. And that's where it's cool because, like, for me, there are people that, we live, kind of far, different ends of Southern California, and it may seem close together, but even traveling 30 miles in Southern California, that's a long ride.
Takes you 4 hours.
Yeah, with traffic and stuff. So the people that maybe we only get to see every once in a while at these conventions and stuff, it is so much fun getting to see all them. So Anthony says, "Hey, shut up, Nick."
Not surprised.
But man, yeah, so much fun. And yeah, I had such a blast. And now I can't wait moving forward, looking at, and dude, what you have already announced for Creep I.E in February. And I had to pull, I had to put together some little slides. You this is all stuff that you've announced already, but being the official 50th anniversary reunion of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude, epic. Like, epic. We know there are some folks from that film that are no longer with us. Rest in peace, that we will never get to see. But what you have already announced in Alan and William and Terry. That went to the wrong place. And John and Ed. Epic, dude. Is that everybody from inside the van already? Is that all of them, or was there? I think that was because Ed was the one in the wheelchair, right? I'd have to go back and
Ed's
look.
a hitchhiker. His real name, okay. The one in the wheelchair, I believe his real name's Paul. Oh shoot.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's since passed. And
okay.
Yeah. But it's the majority. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, dude. And I should know this. Have you ever been out to the gas station in Texas?
No. Well, I'm actually, me and a few of my friends, I'm going to get through February, and then I'm going to actually take a trip in May.
Nice.
To go do a little Texas tour and
nice.
Hit the gas station, hit the original house.
Yes.
They're not super close together, but you get out there, get in Austin, rent a car, and just, make a couple days of it. And, I want to hit everything because 74 to me is one of my favorites of all time. And
dude, it is what started the slasher genre. This is it, right? There's other horror movies for decades before, but this is what put this genre on the mainstream right here, put it on the map.
Yeah. So, my back says it all. Anybody who knows me, it's all Leatherface heads on my back tattooed.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
We did a whole 74 scene as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dear to the heart. That's for sure.
That's cool. Yeah. And you'll have fun. And so I've only been to the gas station, but now the last couple times I've been out in Texas, and I've been close to the cemetery, and I've been, kind of close to the house, but I just haven't had the time to actually go. So one of these days I want to get out there and visit them, see those places as well. But a lot of cool stuff and good barbecue, man. So it'll be a fun trip for you. That's awesome.
That.
Right? Yes. Yeah. But man, Creep, dude, this is going to be epic. And so tickets go on sale on Halloween at 10 a.m., right?
I believe so. Yeah. October 30th.
Yeah. And that's a one slide I don't think I pulled up, but I'm pretty sure you announced, October 31st, 10 a.m. Dude, so VIPs sold out again this last time, right?
Correct.
They're going to sell out again, obviously. And now with 3 days, maybe somebody could roll the dice and wait and get a ticket last minute, even a general admission or whatever. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would go and dude, the idea with the VIPs there that they get to roll up and get in some line, Rose McGowan, even the VIPs, everybody wants Rose on their screen poster. So it's going to be a little long line, but still to have that advantage and not have to wait in the regular general admission line, dude, you got to do it, man. I highly recommend everybody go get that VIP and don't wait around. Halloween, you've been warned. But anyways, dude, we got to talk about, man, that pop-up. I'd never been to Art Sideshow. That was a blast. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I was on the way to H45. But and I still want to ask you about your experience there. I got off topic, sorry. But that pop-up, man, and I saw they just started posting for December. So what maybe I've kind of talked about it, but tell everybody in your words, about those pop-ups and why we should come check them out.
Yeah. Especially if you haven't been through, the actual store, I think that's a must. And they're constantly changing it. But the pop-ups, they're small little pop-ups, 20, 30 vendors. They're just little one-day events, but it's cool. A bunch of cosplayers come out. They usually have celebrity guests there as well, about 4 or 5. And the people over there at Arts they're just such good people, so it's just another one of those things where, you bring the little family together and, we have another cool event outdoors and, tacos being made by the same people,
Nice.
So can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And the thing is too, it is a very good, bridge to get through the gap between conventions and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, if you just love horror, you love the community, seeing other fans and being around that environment, great stuff. And dude, walking through Art Sideshow, wow. I literally, I mean, I'd heard things, I'd seen their booths at conventions, but oh my goodness, that was epic walking through there.
Yeah.
And like the things that jump out at you and stuff, like, yes, so cool. And and so for you, that Leatherface booth, their portion had to be special.
Yeah. And then he just put in a new one, and that I got to see this past weekend. And oh boy, let me tell you, I'm not even going to tell you what franchise.
Nice.
This thing is, whew, it's a good one.
Nice.
Good
so, and so you know what? And I think I failed because I don't know that I have Art Sideshow down below. But I will. I'll put a link for Art Sideshow, or if you go find my video from Art Sideshow, you can find them. Or following, if you follow the links down below for Creep I.E or Fearsome Figures, I believe both of your accounts you follow Art Sideshow, and I follow them. So
Absolutely.
you can easily find Art Sideshow through looking at Creep I.E's page or like my page or something like that. So, but yeah, great people, such a fun place. And forgive me, because I didn't even ask her name, but the gal that did the tour guide in there, man, she was amazing.
Great,
so fun. Yeah, just so cool. And she did such a good job. But man, I'm telling you, if you're in the Southern California area, go check it out. I think admission's like $20-25, something like that. You will not regret it. You will not. It is epic. And if you can go the weekend of, I think, is it like December 15th or 16th is the pop-up?
I believe so. Yeah, the 16th, I believe.
The 16th. Yeah. Okay.
So I want to look so I make sure I get it right.
Right on. But if you go that weekend, yeah, you will see, and Saturday is the 16th. Yeah. So it should be the 16th, right? So you get to see Nick and I there Saturday. I don't know if I'll be there the whole day, but you will, right? You'll have the Fearsome Figures booth out.
Yeah, and then one thing we do special, this will be our second annual now, is we do I don't want to call it a drive because we don't accept things in, but we do like a toy giveaway for the kids. Me and Arts partner up and we get a bunch of stuff and then just hand it out to the kids for the holidays. So anybody who's planning on coming down, bring the kids, and we'll have tons of stuff there. So it's always a good time for the December one.
Dude, that is so cool. And that just, to me, like, I know you and I know how like good and genuine of a person you are, but that just speaks volumes, to where your heart is and to where their heart is. That is so cool, man. Just, somebody who may not be able to, get their kids huge, amounts of Christmas gifts or whatever, to take them to an event like that where, especially if you're horror fans and you get a little horror vibe and Christmas. And like I said, Christmas and horror go together like fava beans and a nice Chianti, don't they? So yeah, I absolutely love it. It's so cool. I'm so excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And forgive me for never being there before. I tried to go before, and then I was like, the rain. I'm worried about the rain and it getting canceled because it was supposed to rain bad. But neither one of them rained you guys out. You made it through the whole day both times, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it got a little wet here and there, but you go inside, take some cover, and then when the clouds part, you come back out. So,
there you go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Well, and the nice thing too is if for anybody walking around there, right out in front of Arts, there's that big overhang, the walkway where you stay dry right there. So if it does rain a little bit, but it wasn't bad, and I'm sure everything will align properly, and December is going to be a sweet event. A couple more comments here. Frank C says Texas Chainsaw Massacre reunion, so sick. Wow, that's crazy. Texas Chainsaw is turning 50 this year. I know, right, man? And I was not. Well, I was alive when it came out. maybe I don't know what month it was released in or whatever, but I was born in 74. So yeah, dude, it makes me feel old as heck. But I just, man. But yeah, no, it's crazy to think, movies like that being that old. Even, I mean, Scream is like 30 years old almost. It's just nuts. And rest in peace, Gunnar Hansen. Yes,
absolutely.
Hitchhiker is a creepy character. No, I mean, dude, that movie it's a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece. Nick freaking Balzer. How'd it feel, Nick, having your feet kissed?
Absolutely fantastic.
I bet. So Balzer has issued this request before, and who knows, maybe someday we'll get this person at Creep I.E, but Balzer sent me something to get signed, which we couldn't make it happen. But Balzer's an absolute legend. Love that guy. But I have this. And so Balzer has one too. So if you can ever get Jonathan Breck to show up, I'm not kissing your feet, but maybe I'll give you a nice fist bump or something, a little dab, right? But
fair enough.
But Balzer and I are both rooting for a little Jeepers Creepers action. Would love something like that one day, but no pressure. Oh man, no, love Balzer, man. Art Sideshow is awesome. Frank says they always have show up to the conventions, have the best setups. They have cool vendors, celebrities at their pop-ups. Yeah, and that's one thing. I didn't even because I was kind of in such a hurry. There, Noel G was there and a couple other celebrities, and they're just hanging out. They're just hanging out with everybody, and go up and get to talk to them and stuff. And this next one, I won't be en route somewhere, and I'll have a lot more time. And so, do you know? I don't remember if they announced any celebrities for the December one yet, or will they have any?
I'm not sure actually. Yeah. I haven't even asked.
Right on.
I just barely got the flyer the other day. I was like, wait a minute.
Dude, it's crazy to think that's basically only 2 months from now. Is it? Like this year is flying by.
Yeah.
Flying by. Look at this. Wet Movie One. Just got it for my nap. What's up, my boys? Wet One, you got a link. Join us if you want. Jump on in. It'd be awesome to have you jump in. But dude, so H45, did you get the autographs you were looking for at H45?
Yeah, I did. I actually had a specific piece saved for that show, hoping that a bunch of people would be there, and they were. So
nice.
Yeah, I was able to get, what did I get? I had it hanging up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, five people on my H3 skateboard.
Yeah. Nice. Woo. Yeah, dude, H3, man, that's so I tell myself I need to stop. I just add to the pieces I have and stuff. But then I find myself starting new things or whatever. But H3, if there's another one that I need to start and I am regretting for not starting or getting something from H45, man, there's so much. There's so much, and we all have to budget. We all have to budget what we're going to spend our money on. So that's the tough thing, because you go in and there's so many people, so many. But that's awesome. That's really cool. And I got PJ Souls, and right next to him was Michael, who played Bob in the original Halloween. I got them, so I added them too. So I have all I need. I mean, there's other people I could get, but I've already got John Carpenter and Nick Castle. So I just and Nancy Loomis and Charles Cyphers. I need Jamie on that bad boy. I need Jamie. So hopefully some point she does another convention or something, because I'd be done with that poster after that. I mean, who knows? I always, you could say that I'd be done, but then somebody else shows up or whatever. But there may truly only be one poster in existence that's done, and I think that might be your House of a Thousand Corpses, or is it Devil's Rejects?
Devil's Rejects, yeah.
Devil's Rejects, yeah. But dude, yeah, no, we could talk forever and ever and ever about autographs, man. Like, so I got on as right before I was going to go live today. I got a notice another company was starting an auction, And I was like, oh man, live stream. I'm about to go live in 30 minutes and there's an auction starting right now. So I'm like doing my thing and it's on in the background. And I ordered, I bought for a ridiculously cheap price for me. And it was kind of special to me. And I'm surprised I won the auction it was less than $40, like $35. A Funko Pop of Run DMC signed by DMC. And so being like a child of the 80s, and anybody who's familiar with my last name, Run DMC has a very special place in my heart because of the song It's Tricky. So back, I want to say it was like 85 or 86. I was at Magic Mountain with my mom, my dad, my brothers, and we were sitting there eating at kind of over by what is that ride? It's like the water ride, not the log ride, but the other ride that was like kind of like where you drop down like the log ride. Jet Scream, I think it was called. I don't know if it's still there or not, but my mom's like, those guys at the next, like literally at the booth behind us where we were sitting there eating, she's like, those guys look familiar. And we turn around and we're like, and my mom's like, no, I think that's Run DMC. And this is like my mom, right? And so we're like, what? And then we turn around and look, and sure enough, they were wearing their hats. They had the signature, Adidas shoes on with the Adidas shirts and everything. And so they didn't sign autographs. They were like, no autographs, but we'll take pictures with you. And so then me and my older brother got pictures with Jam Master Jay, rest his soul, who lost to like gun violence a long time ago. But how cool was that? And so I saw that. I was like, man, okay. I never thought I would ever want or need a Run DMC Funko Pop autographed by one of them. But there it was. And there went my money. So it happens, man. It happens. But, man, I'm telling you, and I mentioned, privately that I had, I don't have anything. Well, do I have a Leatherface Funko autograph? Halloween. No, I don't. That is one franchise. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is one franchise I have zero autographs from. None. I didn't at when you had the other Leatherface there last year. I didn't get any of them. I was like, don't get me wrong. Love the franchise and stuff, but I'm like picking and choosing who I'm getting signed. And at the first Creep I.E event, I was like, dude, I need, like, you got all these guys from the Rob Zombie trilogy. Like I need these guys. And I forget that so many people, so many autographs. No, it was this year. So it wasn't the first Creep I.E. This year was a Screamcast. But anyways, right. Yeah. I mean, just like so many people, you have to pick and choose. And so, man, it was just, you know what? Seeing all these Texas Chainsaw people pop up, I was like, okay, all right. I have no choice now. Starting a Texas Chainsaw poster, as I should. But dude, have you gotten to see Saw X yet?
No, and
okay.
I was making a point of it. I was supposed to go Saturday night after the art show, and somebody that was there was actually like, "Oh, we're heading out to Castle Dark. Come out with us and come check it out." And I was like, "Okay, So I went and did that instead. And then yesterday I was just so swamped.
Yeah, no, dude. But the thing is, you can watch movies anytime. Spending time with friends at these events, that's what life is all about. Yeah. It really is. So, no, and dude, and I haven't been to Castle Dark yet this year. Last year I went to their press event and it was amazing. This year, because when it was being announced and stuff, that press event coming up for Castle Dark, I was still really, really under the weather. And so I was like, I don't know what life is going to hold for me at that time. So I didn't reach out to them, for a pass to that press event. But dude, Castle Dark last year, I'm sure it was better this year. They probably every year improve. But did they have a couple haunts and stuff again, walkthroughs and stuff?
Yeah, they had a couple walkthroughs. Yeah, little slider area, and their scare actors that are just walking around are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And I personally think it's a great place to introduce people to the haunt experience type stuff, because I mean, we were with some younger people, and the way they interacted with them, you know, like if the young kids waved to them, they'd wave back, and like they knew when to turn it on and when to turn it off. They were great at what they did, and I thought that was really impressive, you know. So I would suggest that place if you're, you know, you got some little ones and you want to introduce them to that type of stuff. That's the perfect place to do it, rather than Knott's or, you know, any of the bigger ones. They did a fantastic job with that.
No, totally. And you know, and you're right, because going to some of those bigger ones, especially production value of Knott's or Universal, those can be pretty intense. And then you even go up a notch from there with the intensity and to something like Fear Farm, where, you know, that, you know, a place like Knott's or Universal, their actors and everything, you know, you're going to get a lot of movies and stuff. And Frankie Pozos is an amazing, he's just a great dude, but he, you know, he works there at Universal. And, you know, this year he's, you know, playing, I forget the character's name, but the guy from the Black Phone. And so if you go to Universal and you see the Black Phone, the guy that's doing that, he's just such a great and hysterical dude. And to know him as a friend, and also him being the one playing the Black Phone is awesome. But so you get those movie type of experience and stuff that you won't get, you know, at a place like Fear Farm. But and the scare actors and stuff, I'm sure intense and stuff, and in your face and all that. But when you're out at a place like Fear Farm, where you had to drive down like a dirt road to get there, it adds like that level of uncertainty of what's going on out there. Just epic stuff. And I cannot wait to get back. And I definitely wanted to mention Fear Farm anyways when we talk, because dude, it was so good last year. I'm going again this year. I don't know when yet, but I'm definitely going to bring a hoodie, stay a little warm.
Yeah, it gets cold over there, really cold.
Yeah. Are you going to make it back up there this year?
Yeah, I think we're planning on going. Oh, I just talked to Rick's the other day. I think the 17th or something. Not opening weekend, but the Thursday after. Yeah, I'm planning on heading out there. So
nice. Yeah, and that's and so I wasn't, because I remember last year when they sent the email, they were like, you know, for you know, media and stuff, don't come opening weekend. Come, you know, like any after that, because they're just going to be so busy. Right. And I was like, I get that, but I was like, darn it, I want to be here opening weekend because I want to make a video and get it out as soon as possible to spread the word. But what we can do now is talk about it, and that's in talking to him. And forgive me, I'm a turd, but dude, the son, the guy, the lead singer from the band, what was he? Is that okay? Yeah. So you know, and talking to him, boy, even trying to think of his name, I forgot what I was going to say about that now, but he was saying word of mouth. It's all about word of mouth for haunts like that.
100%.
So, yeah, and they're such good people, and I just found, I didn't know that that the Bug from Fear Farm has its own Instagram page. I was like, oh, that's cool. The Bug is hysterical. The interaction I've had with the Bug, and they're like, it's not the Bug, it's just Bug. It's just Bug. It's not the Bug. Absolutely hilarious. So yeah, their scare actors and everything are great too. Absolutely love it. So
he's the bass player in the band too.
No way. Oh, that's cool. Man, I am so, like, I wish I had felt better when I woke up Saturday morning, because I missed out on so much, seeing all my, you know, like so many legends and friends and stuff there, and getting, you know, to see the band and different things going on at Creep I.E on Saturday. Man, I missed out. Hopefully things are getting, you know, better and better and better for me, you know, health wise and stuff. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, come February, I don't miss a minute of the action, you know, but that's awesome, dude. Yeah. Fear Farm, man. Oh, so good. So good. And it's not that far, you know, if you, you know, some folks might think, oh man, feeling, you know, it's up there, but you know, really, you know, you're only going halfway up Cajon if you think about it, and then getting off and, you know, and you know, going up the back way there. It wasn't that long of a drive, and it's worth it.
Totally, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. And I love the fact that it was like, who knows what it's all going to entail this year, but 2 different walkthroughs, which are like what you would see from them at Season Screamings or Midsummer Scream, but much longer and much more intense. So absolutely loved it. Cannot wait to get back up there. Is that a toilet flushing? Oh no, it's wet movie. Man, how you gonna flush the toilet right before jumping on the live stream, son?
I don't use toilets. I wear diapers.
Oh man.
I got that bed head going on. I was like napping and stuff and
looking crispy, man.
Thank you.
Or crunchy, a little crunchy too.
I know. A little old, a little gray.
That's all right. That's all right. Time keeps on ticking. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it.
I was over here cuddling with my new Funko Pop. You know what I'm saying? Just cuddling.
Oh man. Yeah, rub it in a little bit more. Rub it in a little bit more. Why don't you? Yeah, I would have loved to have gone to the Hollywood show, but man, after Creep I.E, then a week later, H45, 3rd week in a row would have been tough, like physically for me. So
I get it. I get it. It was tough for me too.
Yeah. No, dude, and that, man, all the band members from Megadeth being there and stuff, like, it would have been cool. That would have been cool, but.
Do we have autograph problems? Do we have problems? Like, what is wrong
we
with
do.
us?
Did you hear me telling Nick a few minutes ago that like right before the convention there was a whatnot, or right before this live stream there was a whatnot auction? Why can't I talk? A whatnot auction.
I'm glad I was asleep and missed it.
Yeah. No, I got me. I actually bought 2 things. I didn't want to say what the other thing is, but I'll tell you guys. I could tell you guys off air, yeah. But no. Anyways, I got a Funko Pop, a Run DMC Funko Pop, because the song is tricky, So and I actually met him back in the '80s, and that means a lot to me now. With my mom was the one that recognized him, and my brother also got a picture with him. And with my mom, my brother, and my dad having passed away already, those are precious memories to me. So, when I saw that, I was like, dude, this is like, it's meant to be. Like, how I've never seen a Run DMC Funko like signed by him. And back in the day, they didn't sign autographs, so that was really cool. But yeah, we do have problems.
When I was at the Hollywood show, Christina told me to say what's up and why she was mad that you weren't here.
Yeah, are you talking about Nick, right? Because she would have no idea in hell who I am.
No, that was for you, man.
Man, you know what?
You know, I had to go when I found out she was going to be there.
Oh, yeah. So, and now, Nick, have you seen Wet Movie One's shirt that he has? Do you have it handy? Your Christina shirt?
No, I didn't make a Christina shirt. They did. Some viewers made
it. Somebody took a picture of him when he met Christina Ricci for the first time and put it on his shirt. It is the creepiest thing ever.
Please tell me you wore that this weekend.
No, hell no.
Oh, man. You have failed, sir. You have failed us. That would have been legendary. She would have been so creeped out by you. Oh man, that's a blast. That is a blast. But so Nick, do you like, obviously you do other conventions too and stuff, like going as a fan and stuff like that. But did you go to H4 or did you do the Hollywood show at all, or have you ever done one of those?
Yeah, no, I've been to a Hollywood show before. Yeah.
I kind of like the vibe. It's smaller, get in, not as long lines and stuff like that. But what Movie One told me before I ever went to one was, he's like, sometimes a lot of like older, people from movies or shows way back in the day. But
which is cool. Like it's just kind of like a get in, get out show. Sometimes like when Back to the Future people were there, it was crazy. It seemed like most of the people there for this weekend or Saturday was for Christina Ricci and Linda Blair.
Like
that's what.
No, man.
That's what the life report.
My Hell Night poster. I've had so many opportunities to get Linda Blair to sign my Hell Night poster, and I have failed at them all, man. I have failed. One day.
She was at Nick's thing, dude. What was wrong with you?
I know. No, well, because I wasn't there Saturday. I wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
I woke up sick, and she was only Saturday, right?
Yeah,
but
I guess so.
one of these days, I'm going to rely on either Nick or I'm going to rely on Mintich to do a private signing and hope and pray. And I told Nightmare Christie too. I was like, dude, if you guys ever get Linda Blair back up here at Nightmare Toys, please have her sign some Hell Night stuff. Like, everybody gets The Exorcist. Let's mix it up a bit. And I know we all love The Exorcist. I get it. But let's mix it up a bit, like let's mix it up. But see, even Nocturno says you should have wore that shirt with the picture with you. Oh man,
that picture was bad too, dude. Like, it's not bad, but like I have it on my wall over here. But
yeah,
it just looks really weird because like whenever that was the first time I ever got like a professional photo op at a convention. I'm like, I'm never doing that. When I saw her doing it, I'm like, this is the only time I'm ever gonna do it. But then, of course, whenever the camera's back, my lazy eye go like this. It's so bad.
I got a professional photo. Do you want to see my professional photo? At Midsummer Scream, that haunt was taking snap pictures like you were on a ride at Magic Mountain or something. Man, they got him. This is legit. This is not acting. This is legit. I love this, and I show it off as much as I can to make Wetwin cringe as much as possible.
You need to get that on a shirt now.
No, I know, right? That's okay because at least Brendan was smart enough during the Saw thing to pose. I just sat here. I am so embarrassed of this picture, but yet I still show it. Here it is. I give everybody the laughs they want. I was sitting here like I'm waiting for class to start in school or something. At least Brendan gave a little like scare thing, so that was cool. But man, so Antonis asked Nick, what's your favorite haunt in California, theme park wise, or do you have theme park or non? Do you have a favorite haunt?
Raw ambiance would definitely be Fear Farm for sure. Just because of it's out there in like the middle of the dead, that feel you get out there is like no other.
Dude, House's October built vibe right there.
Right.
Have you? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, total House's October built.
It's something special. But for me, I can teeter back between Universal and Knott's, and it just depends on the year. Like I thought this year at Universal personally, even though it's insane, but the mazes they had less mazes and they were longer, which I actually liked. There was even a couple mazes where I was kind of like, when's this thing gonna end? Like it was that long. So this year, definitely, I haven't made it out to Notch yet. I'm hoping to get over there, but definitely Universal is up there, and I haven't gone to Fear Farm yet. So that's really the only one I've gone to other than Castle Dark, which is completely different in my eyes. So I'd have to say Universal for now.
And I love what you said about Castle Dark with it being like a good intro, because the haunts and stuff weren't too intense, and they understand like with the mini golf and different things like that they do have a younger crowd, and a lot of family environment and stuff, so it'd be like at Oogie Boogie Nights, or Oogie Boogie, the event at California Adventure Park. Great for kids, great for kids. So, but yeah, Castle Dark definitely a little more intense than Disney stuff. That's for sure. But not nearly on the level of any of the other stuff. But man, Wetwin, have you got any invitations to any creepy haunts this year that are going to make me and Cinestalker cringe?
No, not yet.
Man, well, hopefully you do. So, dude, here, Nick, this is a hysterical story. So, a couple years ago, we went to the John Carpenter signing, and after that, we decided to go out to for just take him up. Oh no, what's he doing? What's he doing here? Oh, he's okay. So we go to this John Carpenter signing. Then we go to some of the Halloween locations, filming locations. And then Brendan had an invitation from a viewer to go to their haunt. Brendan had been there like the year before, a couple years before or something, but he didn't remember exactly where it was. And so Cinestalker and I were with him, and we get there and we can't find it. And so we're looking around, we're driving around, and we can't find this. And you're supposed to dress up. It's like you're supposed to be in costume. So we go there, and Cinestalker and I were both very, very nervous and apprehensive about going to this place. It literally kind of like scared the crap out of us. And, Brandon got a great kick out of it because we didn't know where we were going. Because supposedly, the year before, he had it lit up in front. Mm-hmm. And that year, the house was just dark. And so, yeah, it scared the crap out of us. And we went through, I got a video up on the channel from that, us walking through his haunt in the backyard. But it's a home haunt. Somebody, built the home in their backyard. What's that dude's name? He's an artist. He's a professional artist.
Reyes?
Oh, yeah, Albert Reyes, right? Yeah. Yes. So a home haunt in like the Pasadena area. So not open to the public, but they had a band play. Yeah. They had, a really cool vibe out in his backyard, a monster-sized backyard for Pasadena. But, man, me and Cinestalker we were chicken shits that day. We were really like, yeah, I don't know about this.
Hey, I got something that's scarier.
Oh, yeah? there it is. That's the picture that's on the shirt.
That's a good photo, though. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I don't know. People may... I don't know.
No, there's nothing wrong with the photo, but to go and print it on his shirt.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't do it. It was like viewers that did it, and then they had pictures of it, and then they sent me one. I'm like, why?
That's awesome. I love it. Now, it should totally be on your store. You need to make that. But I don't know if you could. There may raise issues with whatever the store is where people can buy our shirts.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this?
Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Now I wish.
I have problems. Help me.
I wish I could go, but man, to have to go all the way out to go, was it Golden Apple to get the ticket, and then to go back home, and then go another day all the way out there to get the autograph. Dude, gas is expensive right now, man. So,
dude, yeah. I had to take a half a day off of work to go to get this thing for John Carpenter.
Yeah. And so yeah, it cost you money too. You lost work time.
I know, but I was there with my boss, so I was like, I'm not getting
fired. Score. Nice. Oh, here we go. Look at this. The legend, Robert C. coming through again. OGP, I will PayPal you something. You can buy a neck of leather face, and you can get it signed. Dude, Robert. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. So cool. And Robert's not kidding. So Robert's the one. Robert sent me the money to get this ghost face. And after he said, I was like, do I open it and play with ghost face, put him up here or whatever, or do I leave it and get it signed? So room for one more autograph over here. We'll get one more eventually on there someday.
You're not gonna do that thing. Don't ever open that.
No, not now, of course. No. But Robert also sent me this too. So, this one here. So, cool. Yeah. So, definitely going to be carrying this around with me at some convention someday to get this signed. But man, Leatherface, I think I know a good place where I might be able to get some Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff signed coming up here in the near future. So,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. But, man, looks like a prom picture with the wet one.
That's what I hate about photo ops, dude. Like all like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're all like, with that was weird backgrounds. I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of the photo ops thing. That was the first and only time I've ever did one. And if they don't do pictures of the table, to me, I'm just like, oh well.
Dude, I am the least photogenic person on the planet. So that's why I have never done a professional photo op. Because I have if you're sitting there doing a selfie with PJ Souls, luckily somebody took the camera, but I was like, take 5 or 6, please. Because guaranteed 90% of those pictures, I'm going to look like garbage. I'm going to look like a creepy goof or something. So, you know, so I'm just the least photogenic person. But man,
you've been in my videos. I know.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey man. I'm gonna start getting some. You already have one that you showed already with, you know, that you was. And look at this picture. I'm getting a shirt made with it now. That's it. I'm getting a shirt made. It's happening. It's happening. Oh man. But so what do you guys got? What other events or what other Halloween stuff do you guys got that you're going to be doing this month, just like as fans or just for fun? Anything planned?
Sam Raimi next weekend.
Yeah.
Son of Monster Producer. Things never stop.
I know they don't, do they?
The beauty of California.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I'm torn on that. Like most of was it Nocturno just mentioned Linda Blair is going to be there, so do it.
It's going to be weird too.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. So
really,
man. Yeah. Looking at the guest list, like I'm like, you know, like okay, Sam Raimi. Okay. All right,
Nick,
Ted Raimi. Okay.
Nick, how much do you think he's got to cost?
Who, Sam?
Yeah. What do you think he's charged before? Because I know he's done cons recently.
60, 80 range, I would assume, something like that. I don't know for sure though. I've never seen his prices.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
well, that's just a guesstimate.
Yeah, that's something I don't have anything signed from that franchise. Yeah. Well, I mean, any franchises, but you know, or any of their films or whatever. But man, it's just something else I just don't need to start. But Linda Blair, man, maybe you'll see me there. I don't know. We'll see.
She's gonna be there.
Wicked Network coming through with the super chat. What up? Thanks, Wicked Network. Question for Nick: how did you handle the blackout situation at Creep I.E? It must have been
great question. Great question.
I forgot about that. I got that video too.
There was a lot of cool videos. A lot of people did some fun stuff with that.
Yeah,
some cool transitions and stuff.
Was it blackout? Was it just in the autograph area, or was it the whole place?
No, it was actually a rolling blackout of the street. It wasn't just the convention center. It was like everything on that grid. I found out. And it all just went down, and then, I mean, what did it take? A few minutes, and it came right back up?
Yeah, then it went down again, then it came back up again,
Yeah. I mean, how did I deal with it? I ran straight to the director that worked at the convention center. It was like, where's the power? Because I went in the main hall across the way, and it was out in there, too. It was the whole... Yeah, it was the
I didn't know that
was out. Yeah, it wasn't just that room. Yeah, there was a couple times where I guess switches were accidentally getting hit, but it wasn't that. But yeah, there was a whole street outage for that. So to answer the question, yes, very stressful situation because I had no idea what was going on. And then once they told me like, oh, it's a rolling blackout, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then what can we do? Can we, light some candles? Can we, because I was in the celebrity room and everybody was just like cheering and yelling and stuff. And I was like, and then people were still signing and doing their selfies and stuff. And I was like, hey, okay, cool. The show must go on, right? But no, it was definitely a stressful situation.
Rolling blackouts, another one of the advantages of living in California.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you would think, okay, like somebody, let's send a memo to Edison to say, hey, check it out. We're going to put thousands and thousands of people in one building. Right. It wouldn't be a good idea for the power to go out right then. Can we, maybe don't do this grid today, or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pick another one. I'm sure they'll understand.
Luckily, it was very short-lived, so that's a good thing. But
Oh, dude, I bet they were freaking out. Had to be freaking out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, good question. Thanks for that, Wicked Network, because that's something that I wanted to ask, but I completely forgot. I had completely forgot about that. Yeah. And I didn't know that it happened throughout the whole building. I thought it was just in the Like I thought somebody bumped the lights or a fuse broke or something like that in that one room.
Yeah. I think the only room that didn't affect was the movie room, right? Because they just it was dark in there anyway, so
they didn't even know. It kept on going.
Keep rolling the film. Let's go.
Curious. Michael McGalley says you have to get a Savage Streets poster for a Linda Blair autograph. Oh, do I? Oh, do I have to get one? I can't reach it right now. But Michael, I will show you. I do have a Savage Streets poster that is signed by Linda Blair, and it is signed by Michelle Bauer. So I just can't reach it right now. They're up there. It's up there, though. What Movie One remembers where I got that Savage Streets poster. we were out at a toy store in Vegas. Not Nightmare Toys, another toy store. And they just had some random autographs like sitting in a pile. And there was a Savage Streets poster signed by Linda Blair for like $10.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay.
She charges like 80 or 90 now at the convention.
That is mine. Yeah. Well, this one's not certified, so but I don't care because I have no intention of selling it. So I'm good. I'm good with it the way it is. But Michael, I'll pull it down and show you one day. Mario, what's up, Mario? Hey guys. Doing live. I love doing good. I came out. I have a new stroke. I'm now resting. Oh, Mario, that sucks. Sorry, buddy. Oh man. It will take care of yourself. Hopefully you get, back to full health here quick, man. Sorry to hear that, Mario, but thanks for hanging out with us. Love having you here. Antonis coming through with the super chat. Nice. Thank you, Antonis. Appreciate that. Good looking out. What was Nick's favorite maze at HHN this year? For me, it was Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite. They were all really, that Chucky maze was something special. The way they did that one, the Stranger Things maze was fantastic. Yeah, they were all pretty good. I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite. I'll tell you which one I didn't like. Wasn't necessarily a fan of the tram ride. But
okay.
Other than that, everything was great. In my opinion, that's my opinion, of course. But
nice. Well, and that's the beauty of it, and that's what when we talk movies or haunts or anything, what I always tell everybody is it's all art, and in different forms. Whether it's a haunt, whether it's a movie, whether it's a license plate, whatever it is, it's all art, and we all interpret it differently or appreciate different things or whatever. And that's the beauty of it all. That maybe it was for some folks, maybe not for others.
Yeah.
But and it's just like the new Exorcist movie. Getting a lot of hate. I didn't hate it. So I'm guessing you haven't seen that yet either then.
No, that was actually a great maze too, though. That maze was fantastic.
Oh man, dude, I need to go. Unfortunately, like I got some events. I got an event that's like private. I can't mention. I've got.
Is that the one with you going to the proctologist or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yes. Yeah. No, no. You know what? I do. My doctor has.
Okay, we don't need I was just joking. We don't need to talk about that. That's okay.
No, I'm going to be getting. Yeah, they're going to be sticking the camera up there before too long. Not fun. But I'm getting old, man. It's time. I need it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, between Fear Farm and the possibility of going to Son of Monster Palooza.
I'm only gonna be there Sunday. I'm only going Sunday. That's all.
I don't care about you.
Boy, don't go without me. you know when me and you in videos, it makes it better.
I know it does. It does. But man, no, there's just so much going on this month. There's so much going on, and so my daughter officially she leaves. Or she officially swears into the Navy on October 30th. So on the 29th, she gets in a car sent down to San Diego, and to the enlisting processing station, spends the night there. On the 30th, my wife and I'll go down and we'll watch the swearing in ceremony. And then she'll spend another night in a hotel there, with all the other enlistees. And then on Halloween, she flies back to Great Lakes for boot camp. So so that last weekend, so Halloween weekend it's going to be a tough weekend for me emotionally, with her leaving and and just being busy and stuff. So man, this time of year there's so many things to do. And I saw there is a haunt down in Orange County called like the Haunted Mansion Haunt. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw it, but I stumbled across it, and it's like I don't know.
Is it the guy who does is it a home haunt? I know there's a guy out in Orange County who does a home haunt. It's actually really, really good.
I think it is kind of like it's in Trabuco Canyon or Trabuco, however you say it, Trabuco Canyon. Here, let me let me pull this up real quick. There we go. So there it is. So Haunted Mansion Haunt, a home haunt tribute to Walt Disney's Haunted Mansion, an attraction not to be missed. Millwood Road in Trabuco Canyon. It may be that one. I wonder, maybe they mix it up and change it from year to year or something.
Yeah, it could very well be. I didn't go last year, but I did have a bunch of friends that went, and they said it was fantastic. I watched their video; it was great.
Nice. I just, how Disney is with things, and I wonder and worry. But look at this. How cool is that with all that?
Yeah.
Like. So I'm like, man, I really want to go see this. Really. So, well, I'm just getting into their random pictures now and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's like, I'm like, I just stumbled across that, and I'm like, man, I can't do all these things. So, but and it's free. You can pay to get their like kind of express pass. It's $10 a ticket, or you can go to this haunt for free.
Yeah.
So
that must be the same one then. Yeah, because they told me about that. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah, that's so. And there's home haunts and all kinds of haunts all over. You can't do them all, but you gotta just try and enjoy the season. Just enjoy it. But dude, for both of you guys, because I know when you didn't go see Saw or Exorcist yet, did you?
I was gonna do it today, then I decided against it because I had some videos to edit and get up for my YouTube members. The one I did at the Hollywood show that day and Dark Delicacies. So I did the Hollywood show, and then in the same video, I went to Dark Delicacies for their Night of the Demons little like signing thing they had going on with Kevin Tenney.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah.
Who I kind of like, he was nice and all, but I have like a little issue with that. With the whole thing. I know it's only for people that were there. He was charging people for extra. If someone had an extra item, he was charging people for him to sign it. For him to sign something. He's a director, Night of the Demons and the Witchboard and stuff. And he was like making up prices, which was kind of weird to me.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like my friend had like a little, Nocturnal had like a Shout Factory poster that came with his Blu-ray or whatever. And he was just like $40. And then like my other friend had like an 11x17 poster, and he was just like $15. And and I had my thing, and he was just like, "That'll be 10." Oh, wait a minute! You want me to write Night of the Demons on the clapboard? Wait, that's 20. I'm like, wait, what are we doing right now? I'm like, the whole thing was kind of threw me off because like you buy the Blu-ray and they sign that and stuff. And I get if you bring an extra item they want to charge, but it looks like he was just like making it up as he was going. It kind of put me in a weird mood.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, especially like Dark Delicacies. Usually, like you pay to get in, you could get like a couple things signed or something. Usually,
I mean, you don't have to. I get it, but like if he was going to charge extra for an extra item, like 20, 30, like the same price. Same price. Like, what is this making up price?
Yeah.
It's like $10. No, wait, $20. Like what?
Yeah, that's interesting. See, and that's one thing, and you go to conventions and they set their prices and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's, again, like I've told Nick, like, I mean, like it's, and I'm not just saying it because Nick's here or whatever, but like Creep I.E has become my favorite convention because the vibe there, and it's just so, but part of that, it's everything that you put together that becomes part of that. But getting the autographs, the prices are just very, very fair and reasonable. I mean,
don't get me wrong. The prices over the years have gone up since I started doing this. I know Nick knows.
Yeah.
You know, like they're definitely not the same as they used to be.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to ask you this, Nick. Have you ever seen this at conventions? Because I know I have. When you go to like a celebrity's table, that didn't happen at yours or anything, but I've seen it at other conventions where the celebrity has like their list of prices for whatever they're going to charge. But then like there's times certain celebrities will like scratch something out and then like put a different price, but you can like see what the old price was. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
I haven't seen that too often. I know it's becoming a little bit more common now, is like, say they'll have like a photo price, and then if you bring like a Funko or something, it's like a different price.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, some items are different. I know that's becoming a little more common. I haven't run into it personally as of late, but people have told me at certain shows that they go to that, you know, this person's, you know, XYZ for depending on the item you want signed. But,
and then I get that, but I'm talking about the scratching out of the
price.
Oh,
the scratching out? No, I haven't seen that. No.
Like, you know, like it's $40 for to sign something, but then I see it to 40 scratched out, and now it says 60. I'm like, wait, no.
Yeah, no, I've never come across that.
Yeah,
I have a couple of times. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem cool. But that's something. I mean, that like, you know, I want to say I've seen that, and I don't even want to mention, you know, conventions or where that I think I may have seen it because I can't remember a specific.
I mean,
but you know, and there ain't no point in throwing, you know, the convention or, you know, the celebrity under the bus, you know. But it's that type of thing would be kind of frustrating, especially if you're going in ahead and you have an idea of, you know, what they may be charging, and so you take out that kind of money, you know, to have ready to sign, and then you go there and it's a different price.
Yeah.
You know, that would be.
I've talked to Sean Clark about this stuff before, and he says it's pretty much the celebrity that does it. Like say certain celebrity goes in, and you know he has his price of 40 or something, and then he goes like, oh, my cast members are charging 60, ooh, you know, kind of thing, and then he's like, you know, he's against it, but like people have done that.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm bringing this. Sorry, the whole Kevin thing kind of like maybe what.
But we're all movie and autograph nerds. That's what this stuff is interesting to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, yeah.
Sorry, Nick, I was just bullshit. I don't.
No, you're good.
But man, so Brendan, we talked earlier about the announcements that Creep I.E's already made with this Texas Chainsaw reunion. And I'm guessing, is this question out of line, Nick? Do you know offhand what their prices may be for those autographs for the people that are already announced, or is that yet to be determined?
No. Yeah. No, I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that is true, is like, we don't set the prices for this stuff. Like anybody who comes sets their own pricing. Like I have no control over any of that. Like I can't tell them like, hey, charge this, charge that, or it's even a suggestion of mine. Like that's got nothing to do with me.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cause it is a misconception. Like people think like, oh, the show is charging this much. It's like, no,
it's like their agents and stuff.
They charge what they want to charge. We don't have any say over it. We don't, you know, and you know, sometimes I'll get pricing beforehand and I'll know, but then, you know, it could change, you know, like he said, you know, it could change, you know, it potentially could change day of or something. So it's, we never know.
Okay.
But some will provide it beforehand, and we'll know, but yeah, I mean, it's not all the time we'll know. So
right on. Well, I'm just going to have to take out, maybe like I'll go to the bank and have to walk inside and take out like $10,000 to roll into Creep I.E, because I'm probably between the cast members we already have announced for the 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw. Even, I mean, the bottom end of an autograph now is going to be $40. I don't know that anybody charges less than $40 at conventions anymore. So I mean, even if we're there, I mean, we're already at like $200. So, but anyways, when number one, are you going to have that opportunity again? And then if you go to buy that, from a site or anything, yeah, maybe you get a deal or whatever, but you don't get the experience of being there and talking to them and getting to see them sign it firsthand. So I am thrilled. I cannot wait. And yeah, one of these days we'll have to check out your back tats and stuff. What did you just got something you're getting a chess piece worked on. What was that again?
Yeah, so it's my Universal Monsters section. Yeah, so we did Frank the other day. We're gonna do Bride, Wolfman, and then Creature.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a separate I'm not gonna put Dracula there. I have a separate Bela Lugosi area thing that we're gonna do. So it'll just be nice for that.
Man, I you know what? Someday in life, you know, I've always kind of like thrown around the idea. Do I get? I don't have any tattoos. And it's not that I like don't want them or afraid of getting a tattoo or anything. It's just I've never just gone and pulled the trigger. But man, I see some pretty sweet like horror tats, especially going to conventions and stuff, and I'm like, that'd be cool. I could rock that, man. Like totally, you know, like a ghost face or something like that. Like, you know, anything. Like, I mean, there's so many things. So
I have an OGP cool. Tramp stamp behind me.
Oh, I know you do. I've seen it firsthand.
I think I might get that photo tattooed on me now instead of getting the shirt. I might just get the photo tattooed on it.
Yes, there you go. That's what we need. Super chats so we can all contribute to Wet Movie One's tattoo of him and Christina on his chest.
Yeah. Just do a whole front chest piece of it. And I'll wear it every day proudly.
Speaking of Christina, man, she was like really nice. I know she, you know, people sometimes, you know, you have to like kind of act like you're cool with, you know, being nice to everybody because you're getting paid to do it. But she was really like just kind at the table this weekend. You know, when I met her, I was there with our buddy Nocturno, and like she was like signing his big old poster. And you know how some celebrities sign stuff, and if you get something signed in the paint pen and their poster rolls up, your thing gets ruined. You know, your autograph or whatever. But she was just all like knowing not to roll it up, and she was like holding it and letting it dry, and you know, like it was like a whole thing. Like she knew and not to like, you know, just do it and move on to the next person. And I don't know, she was just awesome. She was like really kind and stuff.
Yeah, rub it in a little more, please.
Yeah. I gave her my phone number, but she's never going to call.
Yeah. So this past weekend was supposed to be Saturday was supposed to be my grandmother's birthday party, and I mean, I'm going to be 50 next year, so my grandmother, imagine she's getting up there, but she actually had spent a couple nights in the hospital the week before, and so we postponed her party, and then so I didn't have plans or anything to go out to the Hollywood show, and in fact, because of other plans and stuff, that's why I was just like, I don't. Man, it'd be a lot to be able to like pull that off and get out there and all that. But man, I would have loved to have met Christina. I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, what a legend, you know, and it's not like, you know, for example, look at Rose McGowan. She is an absolute A-list celebrity legend. But what we're getting her autographs from are things that came out years and years ago. I mean, Christina was just part of like one of the biggest shows ever in Wednesday, and then Yellow Jackets, and I mean, she's just done a million things that we've all loved. So, you know, for her to be that like grounded still is really cool. Just tells you what kind of person she is.
Yeah,
that's cool. So we got a list now. We're piling it on Nick. We want the Jeepers Creepers guy one day. We want Christina Ricci one day. We want Linda Blair one day. So we're adding a
wait. He had Linda Blair last one.
Jonathan Breck wasn't there.
Linda Blair, dude.
Oh, Linda Blair. No, I know, but I failed, so I needed him to bring her back. So you know, Linda Blair is going to draw a crowd no matter what. Come on now.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, so I'll tell you what, guys, I hope you guys both enjoy Saw X and Exorcist Believer as much as I did. Saw X, phenomenal. I mean, like, just phenomenal. Exorcist Believer, a lot of people giving it hate, but I kind of think, and this is a question I was wondering, I kind of interested about your guys' thoughts. Do you think it's becoming trendy to hate movies just because a director's attached to it, or it's like the cool thing to do. Because that's what I feel like with Exorcist Believer. Maybe a lot of people are hating it just because they want to hate it. And I see that a lot. And I'm just like, I don't get it. After watching it, I don't understand the hate. And I know you guys can't speak to the movie yet, but is that like a thing, you think, or am I crazy?
I don't know. I say, because the people that I've seen talk about movies for years that I follow, like the boys over at Dead Pit Radio and like Garrett from Born to Be Rad, like I really trust their opinions because Garrett liked it, but my boys at Dead Pit didn't. And I know they don't like shit or hate shit just to say they hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They tell you the way if they like it, they do. They don't, or if they don't. I'm stuttering, you know. Sorry.
Garrett likes
but I was just like, you know, I don't know. There are some people that just follow the trend of hating things, that hate things to try to get clicks and stuff. But you know, I don't really follow those kind of people. You could tell if they're just, you know, bullshitting something.
Yeah, but Garrett liked it though, like Exorcist Believer.
Yeah.
Team Garrett right here. Nice, very cool. But what do you think, Nick? Do you think is that like a trend? Do you think?
I think you do see it happen, and you could potentially say that's part of it. I think what it is especially when it comes to remakes or prequels or anything like that, people are expecting it to be a certain way, and if it veers off at all from what is expected, then it's automatically not good.
Yes.
You know, which is why I actually watched your spoiler free for Saw X, and you know, some of the stuff you said in there, you know, I was like, well, yeah, it's different than what they've done in the past, but I actually like that it's different. You know, it's more intriguing for me that it's a little bit different than the past, you know, whatever 9 films that they've made. So I'm actually looking forward to it a little bit more to see something a little bit different out of them. But that's just me personally. But I truly understand, especially when you have an attachment to something and you're expecting it to be like that, and it's not, that you're kind of like, oh, well, it wasn't good. But if it would have been a standalone movie, you know, you might be like, oh, that was a great film. You know, if you would just change the name of the film or something, you know?
Yes.
No.
See, no, that's exactly. I was like on a rant about that earlier in the live stream before you guys jumped on here, and it was if this Exorcist Believer was a standalone film, I think everybody walk out of the theater going, "That was great, that was great." But when you insert a little bit of the things from the original movie, now people want it a certain way. But and just like you said, Nick, people have expectations. Well, this has to happen, and this movie, these things have to be a certain way. If that's the case, then why go watch it? You already know what's going to happen, right? Don't give me something different. But plus, the way I look at it too is there are, like, to match Friedkin or Kubrick to make movies like that. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think with this movie here, if they would have tried to be like, we're going to make a movie with the same vibe and everything as the original Exorcist, they would have failed and people would have complained about that. If they would have been trying to be totally different, people would have complained about that. I think, to me, this is somewhere in the middle. But and my perfect example is Dr. Sleep. As a standalone movie, loved it. If I could just cut out the beginning where, have you guys seen it, Dr. Sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, it's been out for a while. So, but at the very beginning of the movie, you get young Danny and you get Jack and you get Wendy, played obviously by different people. The guy that played Jack, okay, I actually thought he was pretty good. And the girl that did Wendy, I thought she did a great job. The kid drove me nuts because he's riding around on the big wheel with a kind of a smirk on his face. And, you know, and Danny was like, he was a troubled child. And in The Shining, it was. But anyways, if you just looked at the rest of that movie, phenomenal movie. But for me, being that I love The Shining that much, it drove me nuts as a sequel to The Shining. But you're never going to be Kubrick. You're never going to make a movie like Kubrick did. So to try and do that, to me, is almost, it's futile. So, but anyways, yeah, I was kind of curious what you guys' thoughts on that were. But yeah. Oh man, but man, it's been a blast. It's been great having you guys jump on. And Nick, anything? Do we got any aside from December and February, which we know about, we got the pop-up in December, out of Art Sideshow on the 16th, and then we have Creep I.E. 3 days now. Tickets going on sale on Halloween at 10 a.m. Is there anything else we need to know about, like from Fearsome Figures, private signings, anything, events?
There's some interesting stuff with Fearsome Figures. Nothing I can speak of yet, but some really stuff that's being worked on. So hopefully beginning of the next year, there'll be some stuff we could talk about. For sure.
Nice.
Some stuff.
The grin says enough. The grin tells me that we should be excited.
Like I said, this is stuff that's been talked about for almost 3 years now. So finally coming to fruition. So yeah, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely have to, if you'll have me again, you know, once we get some more guests on, jump back on and chat. And
yeah, no, dude, anytime. And the thing is, I don't bug you so much because I know how busy you are.
Never.
Anytime you want to come on just to hang out and chat, you know, I'd love to have you. I mean, any single Monday, yeah, for sure. And Wet One, you know that is always the same there, of course. You know, yeah. You guys missed. I wish you guys. I wish we would have synced it up a little bit more when the legends from Death Toilet were on. Those guys are a riot. I actually watched Invasion of the Potty Snatchers last night, and if you can think of a fart or a poo joke that they didn't include in this, I would be amazed, because it just, the entire thing, and the fact that they know what it is. They're not trying to make you know, something it's not. They're trying to make something fun and make you laugh at it. They're staying in their lane, you know. So it was hilarious. I actually laughed my ass off last night. So
I wonder if they're ever going to make a movie or one of the sequels called Poopy Lomstocking.
No, but did you see the trailer I made for him? Did I show you that yet? I showed Nick and I showed them.
You can show me later, yeah.
Well, no. Here, you check it out. Give me 30 seconds. Watch this.
After suffering a major blow from the colon of Brett Baxter, Pottymouth has taken refuge in the bowels of Browntown. Now, after several months of regular movements above, Pottymouth has conjured his powers to silence the world's farts. Can Brett Baxter find and deploy the enema before Pottymouth's army of fuming prairie dogs help him finally take his spot on the Twilight Throne?
The Twilight Throne. It's hilarious. They loved it too. I'm glad they loved it. They were like, "Oh, dude, making notes." Oh man, I'm telling you, yeah, no, but they said they already have the next 5 movies written. There will be 10. There will be a Death Toilet X. Hilarious. But well, I gotta run, guys. I gotta actually. Shh, don't tell anybody, especially over the live internet here. But I'm going to run over and spend a little time with that fat samurai guy this evening. I got to do some things, and going to take him a couple movies and stuff. But got to go help out my brother with a few things over there. So, but man, it's been a blast. Anything else, Nick, you want to mention or talk about or promote? Anything we didn't get to today, or?
No, man, just thank you for having me. It's always fun chatting with you fellas.
Dude, anytime, man. Anytime. It's actually, you know, my pleasure that, you know, both you guys jump on for a bit and hang out. It's always, I love talking movies. I love talking movies and autographs. And this is kind of like our little circle, where we get together for our Autographs Anonymous, where we can commiserate and talk about how much money we spent. Yeah.
One last dig.
Or we can rub it in. That's all right. That's all right. I got my kryptonite here. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a blast, guys. We'll do it again soon.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
All right. There it is, man. Wet Movie 1 and Nick, legends, absolute legends. Love those guys. And thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. And I apologize if I missed some comments and stuff, but it was a guest-filled lineup tonight. An absolute amazing show. Loved it. Had a great time tonight. You know what? Something else. I was going to say this for later, but maybe I'll mention this now. I just watched this movie a couple nights ago. If you've not seen Highway to Hell, I love this so much. I went in and immediately bought this. Highway to Hell. It says Sergeant Bedlam, but he's Hell Cop. But this is, and I should have asked those guys if they'd seen this. I would have loved their opinion. But Patrick Bergen, and boy, they don't have him listed on here. But CJ Graham, that's CJ Graham right there. That is Jason Jason Voorhees as Hell Cop right there. Love this movie. If you've not seen it, you can watch it. I think I saw it Hulu or Tubi, one of the two. Amazing movie. So Highway to Hell, check it out. It's from 94 or 90. What's 94 minutes? 1991, from 1991. So coming up in the near future, be on the lookout. Tomorrow I'll be doing on Fat Samurai Guy's channel. We'll be reviewing The Devil's Candy, and then also coming up soon with the Fat Samurai Guy, I will be reviewing the Vatican tapes, and there will be a Halloween shopping video coming up for you probably Wednesday, I believe. And if I go see any of these movies, 15 Cameras, Dark Harvest, Dear David, or Herd this week, I will be reviewing those as well. I will not be reviewing the Taylor Swift concert because I will not be watching that. Sorry, no offense to Taylor Swift or any of her fans. But it's not how I roll. It's not how I roll. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. Hey, this Friday is Friday the 13th. It's October and Friday the 13th. Celebrate it. Watch some horror movies, even if it's not good old Jason Voorhees. Watch some horror movies this weekend. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Enjoy the holiday season here. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.